self learner. Okay. I don't know if I should say self proclaim or not, but I look at things in my way, and even today, I was like, oh, I probably sound dumb. I don't know, but I don't care because hey, I'm living my life. I'm going with it and how I'm doing things. Just so okay, now that's a little better. Okay, so I was just listening to a commercial, and it was saying like that the disease could go into like remission. The But what I want to talk about what came to my mind, and this is how lives are being healed, and I'm a healer, and I have academic excellence of my own, I suppose, but just excellence, period. And even in the same, if I would ever be accepted into a medical, not a medical program, but a program of medicine, there's a difference. Um, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. To even deal with food and drugs, that's a serious thing. But I believe that my interpretation would look a lot different than anything that I have ever seen from anyone else before. I'm crying for many reasons. I understand sometimes those diagnoses come with a urgency or the urge or the recommendation to be put on medications, drugs, not food drugs though. It's fucked up. Although so many be so fucking tired or so anything else that they can't hardly work, they're not being properly cared for and managed when these so-called doctors, because they're overbooked. And that's why I know that it's almost murderous, that it's genocidal, because why would you get so many fucking patients where you cannot care for and take care of them and make sure that they're really eating properly and going along with the itinerary, whatever it is, appropriately. Which brings me to further what I'm saying. Um, some of those may say there's a time frame because they have a, if they diagnose someone with something, it's my opinion, it's my educated opinion, because I have sense to see. I put all these truths together. Now, whether they are even smart enough to even do this much, I don't even know, because, like I said, they're doing more of damage than, well, at least from what I see, they do so much fucking surgery. It don't make no goddamn sense. And usually the surgery ends in the fibromyalgia, continue medications and shit. whole unrelated fucking diagnosis that know it's gonna be a terminal illness. Bullshit. But a lot of times they say, oh, it'll go into remission after 3 years, 4 years, or some 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, 10 months. I don't know, a year. I don't know. They have paperwork that they have to do. They have guidelines that they have to follow and protocols. They have programs that they have to go along with. These all have a time span. If someone has XYZ and they're studying their coursework for each patient or test subject, or even for them to meet compliance, will have to be for perhaps whatever amount of time. They may say, hey, you're going to have to go through remission for just that amount of time to be ethical. That doesn't mean that they're studying and putting it all there. They're meeting compliance. They're not giving books. They're not helping you along the way. They're using you for the next level. Study. Some get a degree or a promotion, and some get an obituary. And that obituary reads like a motherfucker. Oh my goodness. Motherfuckers show up dressed. Oh my goodness. They have on robes. Flower singing. Flower bringing, slow singing. Oh shit. I mean, all kinds of tears and celebrating. The fuck? For some, that's not how the story ends. So I'm sorry to say, I was looking at that Nolan Wells story. Did anybody ever ask before they start cutting his body to pieces? Did he ever believe in a renewal of his strength, life after death, to get promised to be resurrected? And then I find out that his mother, a nurse practitioner, did not. I don't know. Ugh. The way that things were asked, the way that things were, I just wonder how could they have allowed an autopsy uh, to be mishandled. Uh, I can't. I don't know how to say it. But but what I'm saying is, I have to be aware. I'm crying because I'm so happy. I'm so happy with my life. I'm so happy with so much of me and who I am. And it almost, as natural as I am, it almost seems like it comes with a cost. And how I'm not too sure. I used to lay down in any hospital bed that asked me to be there. I had no fear, and I should have. I should have. And I'm telling you right fucking now. The way that they welcomed me, the way that they did me, the way that they would just draw my fucking blood. Someone was talking about, oh, it's different because, you know, no one would ever go through what your ancestors went through. First of all, those whips on the back look a lot different these days. Straight up. They look a lot different. Their blood draws and all that. You know, they got the plasma banks right near the motherfucking Family Dollars, Dollar Generals, Payday. Oh, and Wells Fargo, motherfucking Wells Fargo. See, Wells Fargo. Oh, Wells motherfucking Fargo. Wells Fargo is on some criminal shit, and I know for my own self that Wells Fargo is on some criminal shit. Wells Fargo Dealer Services. Palmer Motors sold me a vehicle. It was in my dad's name, and I was listed as a motherfucking co-signer. They sold me a car that wasn't even blue book value. It was 3 times the motherfucking blue book value. It was raggedy as shit, but it was durable. I was able to drive shit hundreds of miles. I drove all the way to Arkansas in it and back, and so fucking what? It was a GMC Envoy. But the problem is, if I ever wanted to trade it in, no one would ever accept the trade in because it was like they would have been buying 2 cars. Someone at Honda told me, and I had went and tried to talk to them like 2 times. And I believe that he was talking about me to me, telling a story about some, I guess someone had came in there and he had said, what's up with everybody wanting to get these SUVs, sports utility vehicles? Blacks want to get these sports utility vehicles for some reason. And he said he had met someone that came in there trying to trade in the car and bought a car that was cost way more than the car was worth. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't, even though I was paying the car note, I was not, and that's why I was really fucked up because I was not behind on my fucking car note. They gave Wells Fargo Dealer Services told me the option that I could put one car note and check reference. I don't give a damn to the end of the car, end of the loan. And I had more than just gap insurance. I had some insurance that they had on my shit through them. Uh-uh. These motherfuckers. And I had arranged that before the fucking bill was due. But you know what they did? Repossessed my motherfucking car for $30. A $30 late fee. Even though they later found out that I did not have a late fee, someone did some stupid shit. It never came on the bill. The bill was like 308 or 80 or something. Man, that bill was getting the fuck paid. I believe that it ruined was the start of ruining my dad's life because it looked like he owed. And I believe that they did that on purpose because they ain't had shit on him. My dad, James Rector Davis, was clean. See, I have to be careful and do my own studying. I had a payday loan one time, and they had came and repossessed my car one night. I called myself dating, and I had kicked it, and came back that night, and uh, I don't know, like parked the car in my driveway, and happened to look out, eh, and the car was gone. And I couldn't even make it up to my bedroom. I was crying so hard. And I never really sat in the living room much. And I laid in there all motherfucking day. And I just couldn't get myself together. Apparently, they had made a mistake and they had to return it. But the problem was, not only was I thankful, um, they returned it, but they did take the CD that was in the CD player. I was trying to get to work. I was working at Kenosha Unified School District, barely making any fucking money. I'm telling you, I did so much work. See, I'm gonna tell you something about me. I don't have a one-track mind, and I can support my cause tremendously, better than most may understand. And what I didn't ever come on here and profess that I was going to say anything specific or promise anything to anyone. These are my things that I want to say, and I know what I'm talking about. If it were in an Iowa test or in an academic study book, it probably would comb over a lot better because many are using it and it is less controversial, and it probably would be pushed off as, oh, it's the truth. But I know better. This is the truth. I'm so pissed off. This umbrella so goddamn little. It don't make sense. I can't take. I can't have an umbrella 50 inches or less anymore. This umbrella is so fucking small. I cannot. But I'm using it. It's hard for me. This don't even feel right. It's so goddamn little. But I look at the situations and how I didn't have the proper education, and I didn't pay attention to those schedules. I didn't pay attention to so much. I mean, I was just going. And I was being accepted. They knew that they would be able to mislead me every time. But it did not take away from them doing their job. It never took away from them writing a poor report about me that would stick forever. And as far as me and I'm concerned, I don't even get the education to even follow up on the situation and make my part of the story about them. I understand where I'm coming from with that, and I support what I'm saying. But I was looking at the situation where how many do not care what they're doing. They really don't. As long as they are getting their grade, getting what they want, getting, they don't care. As long as it's believable, The insecurities of those, I'm telling you. I learned soon enough about my consciousness. I didn't care about jumping into bed with someone. I've been ran through, and I didn't get much out of it. I didn't get much out of it. It was like a punch card, like just to kind of, I just paid to play, I guess. And it was not me giving money to have sex. It was me having sex to be able to kick it, to laugh and be around someone. It wasn't even to get money from them. But I've been in some professional situations where they were in a hurry to sign me up and use me and never explained to me that I was supposed to be beautiful on the other side and not come up missing or dead or brain dead. These motherfuckers out here trying to have me goddamn brain dead. It's stupid. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I know that may be hard for someone to understand. What do you mean brain dead? There's no real food out here. And I've never had the sense before. I'm so happy that I have the sense now. I go through so much shit. And I see how so many believe these lies and these medical lies and financial scams and lies so hard that they're smart at from being deceived, where I cannot get through, where I always lose. I always have to let them have it. Someone was talking about someone was recently diagnosed, please, with perhaps cirrhosis. I'm telling you, coming from where I'm coming from, I've seen it down there all. And I am so privileged to, if I wanted to, I can go to every door and heal. I have been born with a purpose. And my purpose in life, all these things I could take advantage of, but I won't. Because I'd rather have myself. But when I try, no one is hearing me. It's stupid. If you're gonna drink, why would you drink alcohol? It's bullshit. See, this is how it goes. Oh, you drinking too much, you gonna get cirrhosis of the liver. Then they start talking amongst each other. Oh, you know, he or she gonna get cirrhosis. Cause why would bitch, you don't drink. So you make sure you don't motherfucking drink. But how aren't you understanding your condition if you are on a pill every fucking few hours? See, it's a difference when I can control it on my own or when someone else controls it. And a lot of times when someone learns that you are self-medicating, they don't like that because they cannot tax it themselves. The liquor store can tax it. The hotel lobby can tax it. You can tax it. The wholesaler can tax it. The moonshine man can make it make sense. I tried to explain that. First of all, why are you telling me? Because you don't want to hear from me. Cirrhosis of the liver from drinking alcohol. So I try to explain life just as well as I tried to explain life about her mother. And I said, tell their mother, doctors, to give their mother some blood. I promise that will turn the thing around. I was told that they said that they're going to give their mother drugs to make her comfortable. Do she want to be comfortable? They say yes. So they decided to give her some fucking drugs to make her comfortable. Not physical therapy, not a motherfucker holding her up every step of the motherfucker way. Not someone there bathing her and healing her and ointment her and conditioning her. They are poor and they are poverty and they don't give a fuck. They want to make it so there are no complaints. They give a fuck about their paperwork. That's it. I have talents beyond measure. And I know this about myself. But all I can do is use it for myself. And I would like to. But how is it that you all have gotten to a place where comfort means to sit there on what is called morphine and is what's said to be morphine, but it ain't. It can be. Not from what I read about morphine. Morphine to me is how they say you can't have mercury during pregnancy. Get the fuck out of here. They don't want someone to have the mineral rights. Someone says something like, oh yeah, you can inherit the earth, but never the mineral rights. Fuck you. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Where's the roadmap to motherfucking outer space? Anybody know that? Without having to join a goddamn religion? So fucking creation of someone's own kind and culture, and they get it. Everybody read from a different fucking book. Because who got a castle to store them in? Oh, I'm taking my time. I said I was gonna make one of my social media pages like I'm not all that of a fast learner. I'm not a fast learner. Not a fast learner. And I be having so many things and then I lose some of it. It don't sound as catchy as I want it to be later. But I boost my own self esteem. I have my blanket out there. Just a side note. My son, he's getting better. He's peeing out of his diaper. He's pulling his diaper aside and he's peeing outside of his diaper. I happen to take a look at his penis and it's starting to get some weight to it. I'm happy to report that. God damn it. It needs some length. And he has pubic hair. My son is not incontinent. He's not. But how can I explain that to his granny without an argument or saying that I have no business talking to his doctor? Do you not give a fuck about who this individual is for his own life? He is 14. You are 60 something, damn near 70 or whatever. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Tyrell has to eventually find some way of living on his own. And he should be happy with himself. He is. Tyrell is learning about himself and he does this thing, and it has to be noted. He takes his soiled diaper off and he cleans himself up as best as he can. And I want that to be known that he can have some independence. He has some independence. And Tyrell is actually clean. Tyrell is neat. Tyrell uses what the fuck is around him, what resources he goddamn has. If I could, Tyrell would have every gets and gadget and every motherfucking thing he could possibly have so he can prove his motherfucking self. He is specific, but he sometimes will just say fuck it and wipe his hands on his shirt. And he's not ashamed. Tyrell goes on about his day. But I I can say this about this whole situation. Tyrell understands what he's doing and he does it routinely. So, and that's not all the time. He's up for new things. He'll look and he's not often persuaded. And that's awesome. That is perfect for him. He'll take one pull on and then another. So he'll have two of them. And he would put both of them on him. And then he'll sit there like this. And he'll just look at himself. And it started off, I watched him. He was getting an erection. And he would put on more than one diaper to try. I don't know what he was doing, but he was having an erection. And so then he started to look at himself. And then he would see the erection. And now I see how he's gaining form. And uh, in himself. He's building a confidence and testosterone. The so-called doctor's office never called back. That was a serious call, and they don't call back. I have a hard time because I find that they do not care about life for real. They care about getting away with the harmful things by saying we're going to make sure all of our homies get paid from this one diagnosis and continent. And then we're going to make sure the surgeons get some too. And we're going to eventually put them on the food chain. But first, we're going to do shit. I'm sorry, Ryan Clark was fired. I'm sorry, I'm about to break this shit down. This is what's been on my mind. Please. I know it from my own experience. They have surgeries. And sometimes they try to drive whoever has surgeries insane. Ryan Clark has been excellent. He works his ass off. He is so fucking fine. He got a little piece of ugly in him. I can't call him handsome for my own reasons because I study what handsome means. And he's not handsome to me at all. Actually, I don't give a fuck how he look. But I'm not accusing anyone. And I like Disney. I actually applied to an education program with Disney through hospitality. Disney got a lot of shit. Disney has figured it out. Disney is a great model for a lot of things that everyone should be able to have, even in their own motherfucking family or as an individual. They have the education model. They have everything. They have the amusement. Someone got the fucking education in Disney. I'm telling you right now, right motherfucking now. They learn the goddamn laws and they bought into it. Oh yes. I was going through those questions, getting them right. It was one question Disney asked me, and that was if I got hired for the job, would I miss my family? And I said no. And they said that will complete the interview. Maybe some other time you can apply, but something like we're not interested in you now. The family that I had was constantly fighting me. Them hoes did not like me. They're abusive to me. Kind of how it is now. It was more when I was in these motherfuckers. I wasn't even in the house with them. I did. I would not fucking miss them. And I was gonna figure out how to bring Tyrell with me. I was gonna fucking figure out how to bring Tyrell with me. But just as well as applying for colleges, just for the fucking dorm room. But that was not the case at Carthage. Huh. See, I'm not a stupid bitch. Carthage sent me an email. I did write Carthage and I wanted somewhere else to stay. But I was not going to be in the dorm rooms all the time. I was going to use the dorm rooms for when I really needed to study. And then Tyrell could have been somewhere else. And I could have been there and really used days at a time and slept and did my homework and stuff like that so that I could focus. But I look at the situation with Ryan Clark. I don't know the situation. I'm sorry. But I'm not going to keep this to myself. Sometimes those who have surgeries get driven crazy, especially if there's this insurance involved and maybe from some kind of employment or public aid. And I'm sorry to break it to you the way that I know is true, but this is real. I sit there and listen to the story, and Ryan Clark was crying. He said he loved his job, and he looked like he did. And he said that he studied for his job, and he studied for his job. See, that's something that I appreciate. I have a job. I'm gonna be wanting to know more. Just because I got the job, don't mean that I want to just not know more about my job. But it was like it was some confrontations and expectations. Like this is the angry black man, but it seemed like he was able to avoid too much of harsh instances, and they were kind of like ghosting him out, phasing him out. But it was like, and I recognized it looked awful, familiar interactions that could have led to whatever, someone calling and asking this, and he said, well, he believed this and that. And I said, well, maybe what he told them about he might not have a job affected him not having a job anymore, because it probably got back to them, and he almost gave them an uninformed consent to fire him, because I don't know. But it was a chance for someone to say that he was mentally unstable. But he didn't show that, because that was not who he was, I suppose. I don't know Ryan Clark. The only reason why I knew anything about Ryan Clark was probably from, I don't even know, Instagram. Maybe I seen him and seen how uh, cute he was and stuff, and black. And then I found out that um, maybe he was an athlete or something. I don't even know, but it was something about some sugar I had talked about last year, 2000, previous 2025, whatever. But um, I seen Ryan Clark come through with his strength, and a lot of times some things go wrong, and when you get diagnosed with a stereotype, someone is diagnosed with a stereotype, or someone is said to be mentally ill, you no longer have to get that physical care. They won't give it to you because you're mentally ill. So you're basically lying about any physical ailment. They'll do anything to you. Draw your blood and keep taking your blood, taking the blood, taking the blood until you know that there's something wrong. Fake food. Then they'll put you on a medication to dry them out. And there's timetables. I seen Ryan Clark go through surgery and was able to work out and take care of himself and do some pretty tough things that I look at and I want to do myself. And the type that Ryan Clark is, that's the type that I would like to um, know more about. But I promise, I'm being real. They have to start telling the truth and caring more. So this situation about the cirrhosis of the liver, it's an amazing story actually. Motherfuckers will sit up there and they believe in what they believe in to the point where they're smothering someone, no longer caring about the individual. Now they're caring about what others are going to think. And I believe you're wrong for that. Who are you? Where you can sit up there and smoke weed when the fuck you want to. Or sex when you want to. Get out there and be fucking whoever you want to fuck. You understand that's something that's getting inside of you? That's changing you? Why? Because you don't know. Why you think you can't get rid of that stubborn belly fat? You don't know what kind of stuff is in whoever's body. Well, because you're not kissing, some sweat might be dropping into your eyeballs from someone else when they on top of you. Getting in your hair, your pubic hair. You have follicles there. You have pores there. So don't get it motherfucking twisted. But I try to explain. I try to explain something. That when someone is drinking alcohol, it's numbing them. And it's like after a while, if you get punched, you might stagger a little bit, shake that shit off, drink some more alcohol, the cheap shit. Well, fuck if it's fucking Hennessy. Do you understand that they know now how motherfuckers have commercialized Hennessy and how they have it in these communities where it's not probably this, it might taste the same, but they're not using the same ingredients, or they're fucking up the shit they talk about right now. Sean Combs was talking shit because he realized that the quality of the beverage that they had his name on for his alcohol was not of standards, and it was inappropriate to be given to someone else. There's actually fermented drinks that someone can have that does not have the name alcohol on it. If it is making something, why not? I don't know. The alcohol is drying you out and it is numbing you. I used the instance of Oreo. I said, you know how Oreo does? Motherfucker one damn play stupid, I guess. I'm not calling you stupid. I try to do all I can. But when someone is convinced not to hear me, then what am I supposed to do? It's something about that kind of color, motorcycle. That must be the gray color. But so I try to explain this. And then you drink it, you might get knocked out. That's what's happening to maybe your organs. They're not dying, they're still there. But you're putting them to sleep. And they need to wake up sometime. And if you're drinking the alcohol, and it's cheap, and it's drugs, then you can expect that I'm not going to wake up today and pump. You'll be all right. Something else can do that. And if you're drinking every day, if someone has cirrhosis, I can study the true meaning. I would suppose it would just be that you would need to go through something to just wake your system up. You can do that on your own. You can drink aloe vera juice. You can exercise. That's why a lot of times when someone is on drugs, they're also eating healthy and they're moving. You have to, if you're going to be on drugs, if you're going to drink alcohol, stay in shape because you're going to have to keep your body moving. And I try to explain that, but no one wants to hear me because I'm just a stupid, homeless dummy. Because I can never make anybody proud with a graduation party from college. I don't have any fucking money. I mainly live outside. I won't comb my hair. I'm walking around with a hole in my shirt. Who stupid ass shit. But I know better. I was on drugs. It's tough when someone want to keep bringing me shit, and if I say something, I got a risk. Maybe I ain't gonna make it because they gonna call the police on me behind my back. Come you saying? So it's tough. I see my son is learning his strength. He's still the same where he used to climb all over me and I used to let him put his feet in my face and all that. But he was much small. He was a different size then, but he's still himself. I'm still me. Do you understand? If someone is recognizing their own strength and they're trying to attach their mind to their body movements. Yes, there's someone that can explain this to you in a bunch of words. I don't give a fuck. But I'm going to try to get it out the best way that I can. It is not abuse. It is just someone trying to maybe even rub. It was a baby, his cousin. Okay, this was years ago, maybe 10 shit, 11 years ago, 12 years ago. Because his cousin was still in a car seat and he would see him and say, "Oh, the baby." And he would grab the fuck out of him. He was want to pick him up, but sometimes he would grab him by his head. And they said, "Oh, be careful, Tyrell. Be careful. Be careful, Tyrell. Be careful." And he was not trying to. He was so happy to see the baby. He just trying to pick the baby up. You cannot. You can show someone, but you cannot tell someone how to feel. It's just impossible. That's why many study acting and drama. That's why so much is on repeat. And so I look at the situation and I said, she has to move her body. She's going her. I tried to say it, but it couldn't get it out. Oh no, cirrhosis is there. You can't. There's no cure for cirrhosis. There's no cure for cirrhosis because you motherfuckers settle at terminal illness. You have no questions. You stay at the same stupid doctor that cannot help you, the same doctor that really wants your organs in your blood and that will clean your motherfucking blood up. Just so that they can be able to fucking use it. They will mistreat you and deceive you and pass you to their friends. That is unethical for their own financial gain. And not give a fuck about you because you so-called agree. I had enough of these motherfuckers who want to act like they want to be around the rich so motherfucking hard. They don't give a fuck how they be around the fucking rich, and they don't even realize that they the motherfucking rich and them other motherfuckers are the one that's poor. But you got a social work degree, you got a motherfucking you got some motherfucking doctor degree, looking at somebody else's shit, but who are you for real? Oftentimes, you have to look at the situation. That's not good enough. When you believe that you have to die, why do you have to die as waste? Why do you have to die as garbage? That is against the rules. These motherfuckers are the ones who need to take their fucking walk. They are the ones who believe in the nasty shit. Let them take that road. They don't because they're persons. They're acting under someone else's license or somebody's hospitalship or somebody's something. They don't have to take the blame. And sometimes there are those who maybe repent. I don't know what repenting is. How terrible is that, huh? Someone who is you. I won't be saying that shit to anybody again. If it's a blessing, I'd rather bless you myself. Fuck that. But maybe when you understand that maybe you have did something wrong for your own good, and you may have an explanation, you may have to repent. And usually some are forgiven, especially if they put some money where their fucking mouth is. Depending on your job, how often those are irreplaceable. But how many of those patients? There's so many motherfucking patients where it takes 5 and 6 months to get into a motherfucking appointment when you say, oh, there's some swelling. Oh, we'll see you in 5 months. Of course you would. Because in the midst of that 5 months, that report can be, oh, you waited. This is what happens. They figure it all out. Here are the terms. Why would you stay somewhere? Why wouldn't you start studying yourself? When I started studying and showing that I had education and going into this one doctor's office, he's Ruffalo in Kenosha, Wisconsin, they kicked me out of their practice. I didn't do anything wrong. They were trying to look for something, and they were trying to give me diabetes, but they could never do it. They kept testing me over and over for fucking diabetes. Somebody get diabetes, the motherfuckers start getting arms and legs and shit cut off. I'm telling you, this is some bullshit. And this is what I feel like talking about because it's valid. This is not an organized speech. This is real time. Too many are staying somewhere in families and relationships, whether it be with a doctor, a hospital, and you go to the same place. Insurance agencies, everything, car dealerships, friends, everybody friends. I don't like that shit. I want my own. I don't want to know you ever. I don't want to know nobody you fucking know. That's how serious it is to me. When you're accepting, here, take a pill, there's no cure. Oh, there's not a cure, but there is some healing. See, when you come with words like healing, they can't deny you. When you come with things like, it's time for you to prescribe me some boost, what do you do where shit? You don't eat animal products though. You have someone sitting in a hospital for days and days and days where they just probably draining the blood and getting everything and just making a big workup about you and seeing how smart you are and seeing if you're gonna fight. I was watching this video and this man was in the hospital and he was drinking alcohol while he was in the hospital bed. Whoever was with him was laughing. He's like, look at this shit. But the first thing I said was, oh, he in the hospital drinking alcohol. It's nothing that they could have given him to make him have that same feeling so he could have been clean, to make him feel the way that motherfucking alcohol make him feel. Nothing. Because they are not educated. They are not pharmacists. They are not motherfucking chemists to the point where they really fucking know. But they can know. They have a script of what to give. That's just the same. If you have motherfucking cirrhosis and your daughter and son say that, they're going to probably have cirrhosis too. If you're a genius, your children are going to, everybody is a genius. That's the beginning. That's the start. But if you are a doctor, then your children should be able to start a doctor. First of all, because you should still have all your same books. And you should not have to put your child, and they can start at where you left off. See, I know something different. But what do I do? Nothing. I have been counted out already. I'm 40. I sit on this information. And I'm looked at like a fucking joke. A goddamn joke. A goddamn joke. You have to ask for healing, not a cure. How many gotta keep? Do you see that they're wiping your whole family out? And someone is going to step in position. Who gives a fuck? I can't, I don't, I have my own life to live. I don't care. If you are numbing yourself, what do you think they do when they pull a tooth? Do you know what's in the alcohol that you've been drinking? Are you going to give yourself a chance to heal? I'm healing my body. I know. I got off that symbol. I got all that shit. No one had. I didn't. Motherfuckers didn't know if I didn't. One day I was smoking cigarettes. The next day I wasn't. One day I was taking all the motherfucking pills and smoking weed. The next day I wasn't. Just like that. I didn't go through no withdrawals. I didn't go through no motherfucking fiending. I wasn't out there stealing to get a hit like motherfuckers was saying that I was. I said I don't want this shit, and I didn't have to have it. I felt my brain coming back to life. I felt my brain waking up. My shit was shivering, coming back to fucking life like this. Jokes in my motherfucking head. A motherfucker wouldn't even tell me the truth about what I was going through. They tried to tell me that I was going through psychosis. I was healing. It's easier to numb somebody out. Do you understand how many dead bodies and walking dead is around here? How many motherfuckers can't even hardly run a mile? You know how many cannot breathe underwater? Do you know how many are born and can hold their breath underwater for a long time and swim? It's easy to teach someone to swim when they're first born. You have to have education and pass along. If they're killing your elders, if you're accepting this, what do? They want you to die with all of the information you have because they want to take your rank. They want you to forget who you are. So I say, fuck all of them titles. Fuck all of them motherfucking positions. I don't give a fuck about that shit. What I care about is my life. You're not going to sit up here and make me your test subject and not tell me what the fuck is it about. The cirrhosis of the liver shit, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a motherfucking problem. I'm telling you, it's a goddamn problem because your body is not going to pump and move if it's sleep all the way. You're going to have some background, yes, noise. You're going to have some developmental noise. Your blood is but it's not going to flow. You're not going to have circulation as much because you're slumbering. Your body believes that you are saying that you need to rest. Some of these medications are out here being prescribed that are for someone who has been in a terrible car accident, who is maybe in a coma, and they have to, like, water pills and all that shit. Get the fuck up. I used to see somebody was saying that they were on water pills. They had to always run to the bathroom. Oh, the water pills swell me up because you're not moving your body. They're giving one and not the next. They're prescribing all of this traumatic, severe stuff. And this is why it's easy for someone to say, this is why they died. Because of the diagnosis that they are giving. They said, my son is incontinent. My son is not incontinent. He knows when he has to pee. And they are getting away with this shit. So eventually it's going to make them get into the bigger money and start giving. That's why they try to look at the connection. They try to give him diabetes in 2024. I would not have that shit. And then it's, oh, look at his size. I don't give a. He's supposed to be that big bitch. He's not a. He can be a giant. What the fuck do you mean? Why do he have to be little? Listen, I didn't fuck the same niggas your other daughters didn't fuck. All these other, got my babies insecure around here. Look at his daddy. I don't give a fuck if it's about his daddy. Now look at his mom. Look at, he comes from tall. Okay, so someone is going to probably give him a tall gene. Them doctors probably gave him a bunch of genes and a bunch of stuff to make it. What about that motherfucking food that he eating? Them motherfucking enzymes from Chick-fil-A and Wendy's. Same thing with cirrhosis. I can tell you. Because once I start, but I notice when I start eating them fried foods, when I start cooking with them motherfucking oil and shit, I started putting on this weight. 2024 November, I started cooking with that goddamn skillet. Using that cheap ass motherfucking oil. That's why I wonder if it's plastics. See, take heed. But see, no one can outsmart me. No one is smarter than me about me. They can't do shit to me that I cannot heal from because I understand. I know how to heal and deliver myself. You got these little girls and boys out here want an hourglass figure. And I said to them, I don't give a fuck. That's them. They want to look like everybody from a whole different mother, but you don't have the education. You want to look the part of them that has studied to put their money together and build genes and chemicals to make theirs have an hourglass figure, or someone that's going to sit there in bed with you and work you. And a lot of it's going to deal with hormones and chemicals. And they're attracted to this hourglass figure, and these men out here are saying, oh yeah, that's get the hourglass figure. And then daughters going crazy because they don't have an hourglass figure over that shit. I'd rather have some magic in me. And this is the problem. So many sit up here and subscribe to something that they know nothing about. And they believe that they have to be that. And they look at me and they tell me I'm nothing. Oh, look at you, all that fucking stomach you got, like I'm in some nasty ass bitch. I don't give a fuck. Don't worry about all this stomach, this fucking belly I got. You ain't seen my stomach. Oh, I didn't know you was carrying around all that. Oh, well. That's the thing. Education is important. And people perish because of lack of knowledge. And I'm telling you, some have the expectation that they can do you that way and that you are a food product, even if you are so-called a mammal. Because they have the education. They have the clearance. They have all that stuff. Nolan Wells, the situation I was saying before. These children are going and making friends in public school. Anybody, they don't know these games. They talk about play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. You don't know them. You don't know their background. You don't know their standing. Some of them children, parents were doctors and judges and shit. I said, damn, but shit, Nolan Wells' mom So nurse practitioner. So she can prescribe medication, but she's not a doctor. But that does not mean that she have the common sense, or that doesn't mean that her son was not killed. One thing I was upset about is her being so fucking unethical, and to learn as a nurse that you're a nurse practitioner and you told that police officer to treat your son the same as they would treat their own. That was unprofessional. Motherfuckers would sit there and never compromise their job or fuck their child up. I'm telling you, right goddamn now. Mm-mm. You never know what's happening. When the motherfuckers see that they can't get rid of you, they'll get rid of you. It's best to walk away. How do I pick? Many walk away and leave their house, leave everything. Fuck it. I got 90 days to buy something new before this shit get on my motherfucking credit. And 90 days, 100 days when I'm sitting in my shit, then I'm going to go and take care of my bills and pay all my motherfucking bills. And if they foreclose on my shit, I'll take it to court and see what I can do and try to sell it. But I'm out this bitch. Because I'm not about to sit around this stupid ass city and town and fuck with you motherfuckers who own these killing ass games, dumb ass games, or you hating because everybody is looking for the same fucking spot. You got motherfuckers right now that don't even nearly qualify to be fucking mayor in Racine, Wisconsin, and they running for goddamn mayor. First of all, who in these damn offices is gonna say, I'm sorry, you do not qualify? This is the criteria, not just your motherfucking signatures. They go off of signatures now. Fuck up, man. This is the problem. And then that's why these businesses come in here doing any motherfucking thing, because they are the ones with the education. They'll tell you anything just so you can look good. They'll give you that money. Oh yeah, you'll get paid. Money don't mean that you motherfucking smart. Oh, they'll give you a spouse and every motherfucking thing. Motherfucker give you some back rubs and shit. Buy you a car. Don't work for them. See if they'll hire your ass. See if you qualify to work for them. But how the fuck they qualify to come to your city where you a goddamn mayor at? No. No. Hell no. 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 On the job motherfucking training for some shit like for a mayor. This ain't motherfucking fast food. And fast food restaurants, I know, are working up under the license of some goddamn scientists. That's why it's hard to get licenses. That's why it's hard to get in med school. That's why the school to prison pipe. Because right now, if I had a motherfucking medical degree or some science thing, any motherfucker I want to work up under my license. If I take every dope dealer in motherfucking Wisconsin, Illinois, or within a fucking 600-mile motherfucking radius, and I have them work up under my motherfucking license and give them a job, can't nobody fuck with them. If I properly come into compliance. No. No. I understand why it's best to guard your name. Wow. Some motherfuckers have a last name and they have a matriarch and all that shit with a great education where they family is working and they're working for something. These motherfuckers sitting here playing rich. These motherfuckers sitting out here pretending to be something. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. When I applied for tax ID number, the Wisconsin Internal Revenue Service asked me what name do I want to do business as. It didn't have to be Jasmine Renee Davis. It could have been anything. Ivy Harper. Wake up. Tell me. No, man, this shit is ridiculous. Why do I have to be fucking stupid? Why do I have to be sick? And then, like I said, the police arrest me, and I would rather have went to a mental health hospital than a jail. The problem is this: my medical records got worse after that shit happened when I was arrested in May of 2021. Once they put that fucked up mental health diagnosis on my shit, oh, I had a long list of shit, and the motherfuckers was putting all kind of shit on. It was terrible, calling me bizarre, saying I'm threatening them. I said, how would you feel if you got into a car accident? And I don't remember exactly what I said now, but I said it before on the video. But I wrote to Aurora and I told somebody named motherfucking Candy. They had this black bitch Candy call me, but she ain't never called me back. See, I'm on my shit, and they better not destroy the motherfucking records. Mm-mm. And then somebody diagnosed you because you had a car accident. No, that's not what you do. These motherfuckers don't investigate or shit. Like I told the Kenosha Police Department, why they looking for motherfuckers? If you apply for the job, don't get on this motherfucking job and act like you're gonna be working for these corporations shit. Go work for that motherfucking corporation. See? Tell the truth. It's up to me. If I'm letting them call me something and they're smart as fuck and they're assuming, oh, I'm accepting that, then they got all wiggle room to give me everything that come along with that name. If they give me a diagnosis and call me that, I have every wiggle room and say, that's the diagnosis, but guess what I'm about to be? The most smartest motherfucker around. And I'm not gonna let this, and I'm not gonna let this poison me. I'm gonna get all of the magic that you got. See, you understand when they properly worded to keep you in the house, they don't have enough room. This is why they got them rapid rehousings and they got all this shit. Community Action Agency. They smart enough to go and they give all this money sometime for rental assistance. They was late paying my motherfucking rent so bad where I got a goddamn eviction. And he waited 6 months. He said, no, you lying to me. Ain't no business. Oh wait, that motherfucker, they was targeting me or something. Them motherfuckers was fighting me. Tell you. Mm-mm. There is no failure. But if you accept to be that, then you accept that. If you don't accept, you don't accept it. Every open door is not an open door. The motherfuckers was talking about, oh, the Teslas. When they went through the car wash, the Tesla water got all up in the fucking Tesla. Then later on in the story, they did not press the car wash button. Whose fucking fault is that? Why do they have to have a car wash? I don't get it. Because that's how they made they shit. Hand wash your shit. I don't fucking know. The material on it probably is enough where you could just use a specific fucking microfiber and wipe that shit off. But if you gonna sit there and not clean it for, dry that bitch every day for 2 or 3 weeks, you're gonna have some stuck on dirt and you're gonna have to, no, wipe your shit off every day. Give yourself 30 minutes to wipe your fucking car off. One thing I have some notes on is how my days could be. Many are going off a 24-hour day. That's because someone figured it out and they went with it. Mostly everyone is going off that same time, which gives a lot of individuals a 30-minute lunch break. It was this white man that was on YouTube and or somewhere, and it was YouTube, but I don't know if it was a commercial or not, but he said he's hiring grown folks. They don't have to ask him to get up from their desk and go to the bathroom. They do not have to call him and say that they're not coming in to work. They're going to work from home. They have a job to do. They know their assignment. They know whether or not they need to show up. It's his business, and he can make his business however he wants to make his business. If you are being hired, you should know better. If it conflicts your job that you have been hired to, then you can't work there probably. Period. But you should already motherfucking know what to do and what not to do because you are who you say that you are. Too many are out here getting these jobs, lying on their motherfucking resumes because they know that a motherfucker is desperate for employment. Too many out here is more patients than there is doctors because of the school to prison. Wisconsin has a horrible school system. And Wisconsin is one of the richest motherfucking states out here. Telling you right goddamn now. I had called this man number by mistake that was similar to this other number. And he was sound like he was happy to hear that I was from fucking Wisconsin. Some from outside of Wisconsin know more about Wisconsin and how rich Wisconsin is than those from Wisconsin. So I did the math. My book bag is sticking here, but I did the math, and my math went like this. My one day can be a total of not 24 hours. My one day can be a total of at least 72 hours. One day. One day. One day is 72 hours. Not motherfucking little ass, stupid motherfucking small ass 24 hours. If I had to explain any shit to anybody, just so that I can do some business with someone. But one day, 72 motherfucking hours, 24 hours. When do you ever get time for anything? How I did the math. You get maybe 1.5 extra hours outside of work, sleep, and motherfucking, what else did I say? Work, sleep, eating. It was only 1.5 hours for eating. What else did I say? 8 hours. Oh, because um I said like 12-hour workday. That's why. Okay. So but outside of working and eating. And that's how the slavery shit a mentality is to the system. And they try to say, oh, it's biblical. They are misinterpreting it. Right now there are places like that will sell all this shit that look the same. It be cheap. It break the same motherfucking day. It look like it, but it's not. You know how many cars have the same motherfucking structure? You got the um, Cadillac Escalade, the Lincoln Navigator, the Chevrolet. I don't know. You got all these cars, GMCs. All them got their own. You got the Maybach, the Chrysler 300, the Cadillac Brougham, the shit, any of it. What's in the engine? How is it working? I used to get E85 gas sometime in a car that I had. It was a little cheaper. I fucked up though. I didn't fight. The city of Kenosha did all that they could when my dad had got sick with a stroke. And um, they lied and said that they were going to have his insurance to pay, but they were drugging him so he would not be successful. But I learned that that was their system. They started off and they see, oh, you get more money, you get to recover houses and land, and you get all their bank account money plus the insurance pays you. Your building's already paid off. All you gotta do is write on a piece of paper is $300, but maybe the one next door only paying $100 on paper, but you're still not losing because you got property. And in your democracy or whatever, majority rules. Now they don't have any home ownership, so they don't got shit to say. It's more of you, so you're gonna get the jobs as judge. You're gonna control the school board. You're gonna control what school system. The unified school district can go. It can get bye-bye. It's time for them to go. It's somebody else's turn to get to show their education. I say I work on my own motherfucking program and bring some curriculum here. Because it's ridiculous. But why would I want to stay around here? I can't even go to any grocery stores around here. My name is fucked up around here. I cannot accept this as my home. Wisconsin is not my home. I don't have a home. To be homeless is not a crime. Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin is trying to charge me. They said that they would charge me with vagrancy. They're trying to charge me because I don't have a job. I don't have a fucking car. So they're saying I don't have a job. I don't have a motherfucking house. Vagrancy was outlawed in the 1800s. And them motherfuckers are using it because they don't got any of they cheating. They have literally said, allegedly, they have taken somebody to jail and gave them citations for being homeless and no job. That's it. How the fuck can you justify? That's unconstitutional. You have disobeyed your oath of office. They have quotas that they have to make. They have things that they have to reach constantly. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I just seen a black Cadillac Escalade. I like them. I like them so much. It's important for me to understand, even me to catch, to have awareness where someone could just be driving, but it's like a prop in my life. Like I'm consistent because of my universal awareness. And not only because that's all that I'm introduced to, though. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, but because of my limitations in life, I was looking at, and I'm gonna break down that system about the 72 hours in a day because it's really important to me. Um, and I tell you when I get there, some cities are outgrown, and sometimes the parents move to somewhere better. When I have a bigger education than the doctors, some of the doctors, not all of the doctors, please. I promise I'm not saying that I have more education than everybody. I know that I'm the best thing that ever happened. But I'm the one who is looking at this stuff from my point of view also because I live it. I've been in jail so many times. I got all kind of shit going on with me. That's the only reason why I say it like this. But when I don't have really anybody to talk to, and my son, I would never place this burden on him. So many move to better situations. See, I I'm interested in Greece, and there are places that are designed specifically, like Disney World and Disneyland, and all these places, and you get what you can get up out of them. This just so happens to be a place of lots of death around here, I believe. It really is. The education system, everything leads to death. It's a great big punishment. I'm telling you. And it's on different levels. It's hard. And I know that. I have to find better. And it's not like there's nobody here that I want to see. But who gives a fuck? I cannot take them everywhere with me. Ain't nobody around here interested in being with me all the time. Maybe my son. Fuckers ain't gonna do that. Fuck. This shit is serious. My oh no. Oh no, I didn't. It's right here. Okay. Not my phone. So this is from 7/27 to 2026, and I call this a clock product. I said, create my own system. And I was just kind of done some shit down. Oops. Turn this around here. Okay. And so what I said is that create my own system of awakening, sleep, consciousness, work, nourishment, hydration, muscle, and organ building. For me, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Okay, June 12th, 1986. My objective would be that this is a system that I find effective and that I would have to configure properly in order to have life and to live forever. If I am opposed to dying, like if I don't want to die and I have an argument, I can challenge and say this is what I believe in. And just for me to say that 24 hours, and it's going to take some getting used to. There are countries right now that will shut the whole motherfucker, and they talk about the new world order. Motherfuckers talk about why you so busy worried about dumb shit, you not getting prepared for this new. Motherfuckers are not going to keep dealing with your dumb, lying ass, stupid ass shit. And even when you get a clue, you still act dumb. No. Children out here having to play stupid just so they don't get fucked up. These kids out here taking drugs just so that they don't have any fucking feelings. Because nobody is fucking stupid. I have feelings. So, of course, I'm going to have a reaction to most things. That is unusual because so many motherfuckers on drugs. Something fucked up. Alcohol, pills, antibiotics, abortion pills. Shit, I don't fucking know. You name it. Chemtrails, every motherfucking thing, man. So I am unmedicated. I'm unmotherfucking medicated, man. And that is not typical for around here. That is not the proper nature, and that is unacceptable. It is. Because who are you to have feelings in a fake setting where you know that your life is you are in a world of someone else's, and you are nothing but in a screenplay, and you are nothing but a figure in somebody's real motherfucking life, an incubator for when they pick and choose, and when they call your number, your ass better be fucking ready to bust it wide open. Fuck you. That's what I find interesting. 24 hours of motherfucking day. So this is what I write. There are different calendars. There's different all kinds of shit. No one, I mean, come on. So what I'm saying is someone has to change. It's going to take some getting used to. There are some countries who will shut their city down, their country down. Damn. Oh. Over there. Don't call on school either, okay? Everybody in the whole goddamn country got to clean up. It's clean. It's damn near a crime to fucking just litter. I seen something where somebody said, what is a skill that you find that, and this is the words that they use, that maybe a young lady or a young girl or something, a boy or something would need to learn? And I wanted to comment, but I really didn't. And I was going to say cleaning. Can't beat that. When I had my baby, it's so terrible. I was 19 and I went to someone's house, and this was something that was said. I gotta put this thing on my head because these motherfucking they talk about having a setback. And I believe the reason why those have setbacks, and they said that they can be life threatening. because they're not giving back blood. They are inducing labor. They are stealing the cord blood, the umbilical cords, and those are used. Wealthy families and individuals keep that cord blood to heal one another, and they use it for their own DNA to preserve their life. Just say if it's a man who been fucking his ass off for 50 years and he got his family heritage in that goddamn cord blood, and he didn't gave all his sperm, he barely can identify himself with the traces of his family, and he goes to his cord and reboots himself with his family's blood, and instantly he's himself again. He is back accepted into the family because he has his cord blood. That's healing. You look at it from the way you look at it, everything ain't about sick. It's about putting things out there, putting shit out there. If someone wanted to give someone a kidney, I ain't. I'll show you how to grow your own. Because that's what I was saying. As far as that cirrhosis stuff. Give yourself time to heal. It takes a long time, especially when you're starving and there's no food out here, but it's possible. Shit. Hold them motherfuckers accountable. Sue their ass. Call their boss. Write letters. Notate all this shit down. They cannot deny the note. When I brought that motherfucking notebook into that motherfucking Ruffalo office, they called the police on me the same goddamn day. When I showed them, took it out, showed them the book that I was reading, Getting Stronger, that bitch had me arrested. And they said, I'm telling you right now, if you ever come back here. But they wouldn't even give me the printout of my motherfucking after visit summary. But they tried to give it to the police, and I snatched that bitch out that motherfucking hand. They ain't gonna explain it because them motherfuckers be using it for their goddamn self. And when they steal your motherfucking identity and they go somewhere to your motherfucking kingdom and the motherfuckers say, are you really the grandchild? Are you really who you say? Okay, let me test your blood. And you got some magical thing that they told them doctors to only put into you. And they say, how did you get that? That's classified. Because you stole it, bitch. That's how the fuck they got it. Because they stole your motherfucking blood. All these motherfucking blood banks with lineages and last names. These motherfuckers get your hell out here. Now, fuck y'all. Now, you want to get some. These motherfuckers ain't going to church for no motherfucking reason. I'm telling you, motherfuckers really out here fighting. Everything in Jesus' name. The fuck? For a goddamn reason. No, that motherfuckers say no other motherfucking name that they know. For a goddamn reason. Motherfuckers get anything in Jesus. Because the promises. Motherfuckers are getting rich out here. There is no failure. And they are cheating and taking and not giving all that you're supposed to have. These motherfuckers will sit there and if they gave their blood, them motherfuckers be rich. Motherfuckers say he gave it from his heart. You know how much money he probably got paid to say that he would be a motherfucking organ donor? He's living off that money. He ain't just only putting his name on the list so that a police officer can harass the fuck out of him and he died early. No, that motherfucker gonna live until the wheels fall off. and he's gonna live healthy and happy, and he's gonna be rich and eat nothing but the best. And the motherfucker gonna want all of that motherfucking continual blood, all that continual shit for hundreds of age motherfucking strong goddamn heart, not no weak ass, fragile ass motherfucking heart. They taking babies and every motherfucking thing. Motherfuckers are out here living rich. And if I could help it, I would make sure of it. Y'all voting the wrong motherfuckers in. Yes, I'ma say it. Marrying motherfuckers who ain't, man, come on now. This shit gotta change. Because listen, it's too much motherfucking uninformed consent out here. How the fuck you sitting out here and you working 12 motherfucking hours a day? And you only get a 30-minute motherfucking lunch break. Fuck out of here. And 15 minutes and a cigarette break. Then you wonder why a lot of motherfuckers sit there and work and have unlimited cigarette breaks. That's not their prayer. Black motherfuckers ain't getting off work to motherfucking pray. How many motherfuckers gonna let that line? They're not gonna accept you. Get off that motherfucking line and pray 4 times a day during that motherfucking 12 hours if you want to and see what the hell happened to you. Your ass is getting what? A different job. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers work from home. They talk about the prayers of the righteous avail of much. Habitat for Humanity. I screenshot that shit because I got an argument for these. They ain't got shit for me. Everything that they got around here is about prayer. This is not the place for me. And they're not the place to be trying to control me because they have an automatic bias. They are blessing someone's house. They are in trouble. All of their motherfucking programs. Hell no. But I know it's important that I talk about this. I was told that I need to sit down and not sweep because I would have a setback and it could kill me. Now, check it out. They did not give me my blood. They didn't give me a vitamin bag or nothing that I found that they give others. See, they never gave it to me. And in fact, they paralyzed my legs. And that's why I believe that I was having trouble with my motherfucking knees. Because of that temporary paralyzing, and then they didn't want me to get up. Fuck that, I'm getting up. I ain't about to stay down, motherfucker. And then I didn't get replenished. And they barely gave me food. And didn't even feed me. How you gonna try to say we're gonna try to see if we can get you a sandwich? A dry ass sandwich. How come your kitchen is not open and babies are being had 24 hours a motherfucking day? You mean to tell me nobody tore that bit? And that's why they try to keep my ass on a leash. Social workers subscribing to my motherfucking YouTube channel without knowing damn well, bitch, I don't like you. No, I don't motherfucking like you. And you subscribing to my shit? It ain't like I invited you. Bitch, it ain't like I requested you. The fuck? No. I said, who the fuck is this? Let me see if it's real. Over 10 years of a page and somebody playing a motherfucking guitar. Bitch, every single motherfucker, you to get famous off my shit or something. Bitch, pay your motherfucking dues, but you gonna see them hoes want to go to jail. They gonna play dumb. They be so lost. But anyway, them motherfuckers need to understand how wrong it is. They're not. If you're losing all this blood and they leave you damn near empty and dead, they kick you out within a day and a half. You and your motherfucking baby. They take everything quick before your ass can come back to fucking reality. Where you in the heat of the moment from all of that shit they put in your motherfucking body. They call it confinement. Oh, woo! State insurance calls childbirth confinement. Yes. Oh, yes, they do. They get your ass out of there. Still with the drugs. All that shit on you. And you. Oh, then they quick to give you baby formula. They don't sit there and make sure. They don't got no cloth diapers. They'll give your baby a man, they bogus as hell. Put your baby on a motherfucking, ain't no telling what's in that shit. Circumcise a baby without motherfucking permission and every motherfucking thing. Fuck them. Telling you now. Don't educate on circumcision. My son should never been circumcised. I'm telling you, right motherfucking now. They are in trouble. And they're getting away with it because this is not being taught. They talk about they're going to put in Texas, they putting the Bible in the school. Fuck just the motherfucking Bible. Explain this shit. Exegete this shit. Before you put the Bible, you got to put exegesis. Before you put a book like you got to teach a motherfucker how to read this shit. And fuck letting the motherfucker out of school in 12th grade. Kindergarten is supposed to be longer. Fuck that. You can't get a degree from me unless you motherfucking learn. Talk about no child left behind. And like I gotta hurry up and sue these motherfuckers. No, I do not. This ain't no. Then talk about David Crowley to be the motherfucking governor because he said he won't fuck a white woman. Who gives a fuck? Do he have to? You hoes. The fuck they have to do it? Them bitches want every motherfucking thing. This don't have shit. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. This don't have shit to do with being the motherfucking governor because he don't want fuck a white woman. He let that shit be known. Oh, but he got a black wife. Where the fuck would that bitch fit in at? Shut the fuck up. The same black wife that they had a motherfucking aneurysm in her motherfucking head. Just in case. And she fought like a motherfucker. And he had to go through that shit with her. That shit got into his motherfucking system. I can see it. The fuck do you mean? You mad because he won't fuck a white woman. He is married. But y'all motherfuckers understand what marriage mean, don't you? Only the motherfuckers who got some education to understand the fuck that. See, adultery ain't what you motherfuckers try to say it is. You motherfuckers out here doing some dumbass motherfucking shit, and you need to get yourself the motherfucking together. How come he can't be the governor? Because he won't fuck a white woman. Do he have to taint his motherfucking blood? Do these bitches gotta be every motherfucking where? They black? What, bitch? White woman riding around with her motherfucking looking over here with her mouth open. Bitch, you ain't have to hear shit I have to say. Well, you weren't expecting to hear that because y'all ass fighting the wrong motherfucking ones. Want to sit there and fuck up somebody's head and make a motherfucker believe that that's the ground for him not to be the motherfucking governor. Because he won't fuck a white woman. What the hell is that? I don't give a fuck about shit. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. These motherfuckers out here leaving these black women fucked up out here in these motherfucking streets. What? Oh, let me tell you something. They sent me to a mental health hospital. I was 19 when I had my baby in 2026. 2006 is 2026. I'm current, motherfucker. I'm trying. I had an abscess because I was growing protein because of even my hair grew low, you know what I'm saying? But I was not smart enough to be out there exercising while I was pregnant, massaging. Well, no, I didn't have nobody there for me to rub me. I should have asked my dad. He would have. He would have paid for me to go to a masseuse or any motherfucking thing or something, because you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. I know he would have. No doubt about it. I believe that the motherfuckers also killed my dad or he passed away because if he could get me out of jail, he was getting me out of jail. Racine tried to steal me from Kenosha, Wisconsin. My dad paid a $2,000 bond or something, $2,000 bond. It's all on the record. I ain't cash. Racine tried to say that it was never paid. I turned myself into jail. I went to court, was in jail after that, got out of jail in Kenosha on a motherfucking 30-day revocation for shoplifting, turn around and received a 60-day sentence with 15 days of good time, 45 days in Kenosha motherfucking jail. How the fuck did I get out of Racine County Jail with no signature bond, no court date? If I didn't pay the motherfucking $2,000 or whatever dollars for the motherfucking bond, my dad bonded me the fuck out. They said, "You not going home?" I said, "Why?" I could not even barely eat. If I ate at all, I was sick. Sick! I couldn't take no more. At that age, I never would have imagined that I would have sat in jail like I did for 6 motherfucking months. Motherfuckers say that I'm getting weaker. No, bitch, I ain't built for that shit. And you're not gonna force me to be. Racine said they were about to come and extradite me or something like that. After I served my sentence in Kenosha, they were coming to get me. And no, the fuck they didn't, and no, the fuck they wasn't. It was one motherfucking guard. She surprised me. She worked her ass off on that motherfucking phone all goddamn day. I don't know if she was Italian or German or I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. She wasn't no regular white motherfucker. Because I knew by her hair and her shape and the way I just knew that she had some different shit in her. She wasn't Russian. Please now. My dad brought that receipt and they faxed that shit. Racine couldn't do it. Racine did not send an apology letter or shit to this day, and they have to. Racine has did some fucked up shit. My dad was there. Now, I had an abscess. The motherfucking same doctor is the one who diagnosed my dad with Alzheimer's, took his bag of pills, including his own vitamins that he paid for, spent good money on that shit. Vitamins from all that nigga. They wanted to see how the fuck my dad was. That nigga took, and I wouldn't be surprised if that nigga wasn't taking the shit himself. Dr. John motherfucking Agaibi, Aurora goddamn hospital. He's the one that prescribed the medication with, and had my dad to sign, and how's my dad power of attorney. So then my dad would not. So is he a hitman? So that my dad would not be able to participate in. Everybody know my dad was athletic and worked his ass off. Something did not motherfucking go right, sound right. They drugged the shit out of my. They had to give him damn near some. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. They had to give him some motherfucker, and he was still fighting. He was tearing his eyes. He was fighting his ass off. They gave my dad surgery and everything. The motherfucker, he's a plastic surgeon. As soon as you go in Kenosha, it's a different hospital. No, I didn't know that. It's like a rehabilitation place. Ha, 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 ha. His office off to the sides. As soon as you go in, right before that gift shop. I told him, do not take my dad into surgery until I get that one and talk to them. My dad was complaining about his hands. He needed blood. Them motherfuckers couldn't figure that out. You're not doing the math. Where the fuck y'all keep y'all science? Where y'all science at? Is that your name on that degree for real? Because these motherfuckers lying. Are you using your grandmama degree, bitch? Are you using your granddaddy and just passing the test? Right now they said somebody is going dressing up, passing the test, education test for motherfuckers can get licensed and work in the school district. But the thing is, they found who was doing it, but they don't know who they did it for. Oh, please, make it make sense. Oh, they would never tell that. Why do they have to? Go on the job training, motherfuckers. My dad insurance denied him because they said he was not performing. Whether they was lying or not on the paperwork, they know better. They tried to have me to sell my dad's house, my dad, his soul, his money in the bank, everything. See, they do this. See, they try to get someone to sign it over voluntarily before they steal it. They stole that shit, and it was under duress. They sued me and my dad for $26,000 each. It was only one $26,000 bill, but they sued each of us individually. They get away with that shit. They gave him surgery on his motherfucking knees. Them surgeries on the motherfucking knees are inappropriate. That's a modern day motherfucking fucking cut your legs off. This shit lock up the knees, lock up so motherfucking bad. They did surgery on one knee and turned around and did a surgery on the next knee. What else did y'all take? Because ain't no way y'all gave my dad Alzheimer's instead of blood, instead of healing him. My dad did not have public insurance. He worked. And then he also did more than work. He had his own business. But I guess a motherfucker wanted to take that too because they was hating so hard and try to give my daughter a goddaddy that ain't do a motherfucking thing in the church system. And y'all motherfuckers let it happen. It was never any paperwork. That shit does not apply. That nigga got my dad business, all that shit. And I guess, did y'all sit my dad down? And the motherfuckers don't want to talk to me for shit? Y'all call the police on me every time. and try to make it seem like I'm a stalker. Like how would anybody know? They don't know me. They see my background. That's it. They see me yelling at every motherfucking body. They don't fucking know me. All these motherfuckers are being told to get these knee surgeries. And as soon as I sit like this. Soon as you sit like this and laid out like this, that shit locked up on my dad, and he could not even put his motherfucking leg straight, and they would not help him. And that's one, he could not move. Physical therapy wouldn't even fucking see about him. I'm telling you right motherfucking now. They got a trick to every motherfucking thing, and they getting away with that shit. Motherfuckers don't know how I feel, and that's why they got all this bullshit on my name. They gonna get all this fucking, all kinds of shit. Just to keep me with, that's why they stole my cars, my houses, everything. Because they fucking diagnosed my children. They got everybody right with it. What kind of stupid bitch would sit up there and let a motherfucker diagnose their beautiful goddamn child? I said, this cousin, I said, oh, when she found out, I could tell. She wanted my son. She said she wanted my son to start being around her son. But like I said, I don't have any cousins anymore, and this is more of a reason. But I can't be mad. Once she seen that my son was at, she shifted off, and kind of, I seen the look on her face, and she kind of, didn't want to fuck with. That's fine. I don't care, Rich. We got a lot going on. Because your son was going to have to come to my house anyway. If somebody like that got sense enough to say that my son is not about to be influenced, how the fuck I didn't have sense enough to say that my son is not going to be influenced? When they see that a motherfucker's that goddamn dumb, they don't never feel that. And they did it. Poverty, low income. But let me tell you what they did to me. Threw me in a motherfucking mental health hospital. That same motherfucking doctor who did my dad that way. He knew what he had done. But apparently he didn't do his paperwork right. But maybe he did. Mm-mm. That motherfucker turned me from sugar to shit. I mean, I was a living thing into a motherfucking dead thing that they could use for their own motherfucking to grow their shit, but it wasn't gonna be on me. Telling you. It's sad. It's not sad like that, because sad is a mental health diagnosis, and I'm learning about all these words. It's fucked up out here, and I look crazy as hell, but I'm not. I can speak to any situation. I'm so happy with my life, but they are not. They're taking out of the bodies and dismissing those from the hospital from having a baby nearly dead. Two cultures are informing one another's, or households, or families. You can't even sweep. How can you carry a 10-pound baby? It risks dying. The mortality rates and the rates that blacks are dying during childbirth. You can bring anybody. How are you having a stillborn? All they gotta do is inject something in somebody. They'll motherfucking lie. And somebody waking that baby up some motherfucking where. And that's why sometimes they involve the motherfucking social workers and say somebody is mentally ill. So you cannot have a choice to say, revive my baby. So you cannot have the choice to make your own decisions because they told me that because my dad, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, they never accept a mental health diagnosis. Never. They told me because my dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, they asked him 3 questions. They said that he would never be treated medically or physically because he had a mental illness. And that's what they do. How the fuck you gonna stop my dad from getting all the care in his life? My dad was a motherfucking ideal goddamn patient. He did everything right. Even any doctor's appointment, first of all, he will always say he will accept the first one. He will go to a 7 o'clock in the motherfucking morning doctor's appointment. Won't eat before he was perfect for all y'all dumbass shit. Them motherfuckers, bitch, oh, your dad has 9 lives. These hoes take advantage because they got police and social workers there, and they'll call a motherfucker crazy. Except, how the fuck you gonna call me crazy and what you just said to me that my dad got 9 lives? He's like, bitch, he only supposed to have 1 life, and you ain't supposed to have killed him 8, bitch. The fuck you mean? Y'all hoes better, motherfuckers out here on the motherfucking public. Little ass shit, motherfuckers around here ain't got a goddamn thing. It's terrible. He gave me maybe some Ativan, and that's what excused it. He was able, because I would not get on the motherfucking drugs. I didn't take it ever again. I walked out that bitch. He sent me to Racine Mental Health Hospital, St. Louis. The fuck? I was 19 in a hospital. He's seen that big thing. He's a murderer. How come he did not treat me? Why did I go to Racine and get emergency surgery and I did not want it? And then like a year or so later, Kenosha gave me surgery again. And I told that doctor I didn't want. He said he was going to be mad at me. What's the alternative surgery? They could have admitted me into the hospital and put me on IV and drained me and treated me. It wasn't that mother talk about if I would have waited another something, it would have cut off my airways. What? And I was already dealing with somebody calling me nasty because I was trying to breastfeed my daughter. I couldn't even nurse my own daughter. And then that's why I said I was fucked up. I had just given birth. This is how they did me. They tried to kill me. So I'm going to break it down. First of all, I did not get to choose what vitamins and minerals, elements went into my body to make my baby how I wanted to make my baby. They didn't ask me what was my ideal birth weight for my baby, where did I want my baby to be when my baby grew up. Nothing. That really matters. If I want my baby to be flexible, then I probably would have a specific collagen that they would prescribe. This is the intelligence that I'm on. If you do not like me, just go your own other separate motherfucking way. Stay the fuck to yourself. Do not come near me. Because I want to live and I want to take care of myself and I do not kill. But y'all motherfuckers gonna look like I'm gonna get pretty close to cussing your ass the fuck out. And that always end terribly for me. How the fuck do I go to jail for not even calling? They sent me to jail and said that I called somebody a bastard. And Chapter 51 me said that I called him a bastard. This is the state troopers, Wisconsin state trooper and Pleasant Prairie police. The state troopers knew they didn't have shit, so they were digging around trying to negotiate with each other. And the supervisor in Pleasant Prairie said, I want you to know that they're trying to figure out a way to arrest me. Talking about they arrested me for my own safety. Safety? Get the fuck. Safety ain't a word that I agree with. Fuck safety. Safety is a harsh word. Because they are used to motherfuckers giving their lives away, selling their souls, and on the death toll. Assisted ass suicides. Please now. So they want to try to act like that I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? Like so I won't be damaged goods. So if something happened to me, no, I'm not losing my life. But the only reason why I was calling because Pleasant Prairie police tried to say I was mentally ill. The state trooper was the one that was more professional than any motherfucker thing, but his ass was lying too. Tried to see if I was mentally ill. Talk about he had just walked by me when I was outside cooking. That nigga ain't walked by me. He lied. They was trying to test me and see if I was fucking out of my mind. Out there at the motherfucking truck stop, the Kenosha motherfucking Welcome Center, Pleasant Prairie, out there near the Prime Outlets out there. Yes, I was out there from motherfucking February 24th to motherfucking what, April 4th or something. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. They said I was harassing them. They were lying. I have the videos on YouTube. They said it out. I was calling to. This is what the police. I got the video. He act like he was handing me the card and put it back in his motherfucking wallet and said he gave me the card. Oh, I said these motherfuckers trying to make me mad. See, they drive a motherfucker insane. That's what they like to do. And then they be on all kind of drugs and shit. They motherfuck pills and all kinds of shit. They motherfucker sell. If you do not understand, if your job is to drive me insane and you don't feel shit because you are on medication, how are you the one evaluating me to say that I am unstable? You should be saying that I am doing damn good to be able to control myself without any motherfucking controlled substances. I have been on weed and prescription drugs and not even fucking got in a car accident. Did not kill myself. Did not harm, was never violent or any motherfucking thing. I show love and I didn't even know what love was. But I wasn't ready to come, but I'll just wait till y'all get back. I'll just wait to come whenever y'all come again, whenever you get there. Okay, hi Tyrell. I have tried. I cannot live up to the standards of others, and I cannot allow them. I called to complain. They called me Jane Doe in Pleasant Prairie. You understand how pissed off how upset I was? I said, don't just answer the phone. Hey, Jasmine. I said, that's so fucking unprofessional. These motherfuckers are unprofessional. The supervisor wouldn't even take the complaint. Some quote unquote female motherfucker officer and the dispatcher bitch said that she was warned that I would call. She was updated about me. So you gonna talk to me any kind of way? That is not how you answer the motherfucking phone. And I'm gonna continue to check that shit in. It's unprofessional. And you ain't about to make it seem like we go together because we don't. You don't informally talk to me about a motherfucking thing. You are at work. Them motherfuckers kept hanging up the phone. I didn't know if the call was dropping. I was not unlawful use of a goddamn telephone. They called me incompetent and sent my ass to jail. Tried to motherfucker and put 2 cases together for a motherfucking Familiar Dental. Now you know how them motherfuckers pulling teeth for a goddamn reason. See. They put the cases together. Familiar Dental lied and said that I shit outside. And this is what else they said. They were worried about seeing me outside because they said that they were worried I was going to mess with their cars. You don't even fucking know me. I was out there for weeks. What the fuck do you mean? I had went to Racine and went back to Kenosha and every motherfucking thing. Still didn't fuck with they shit. They're lying. Them bitches wasn't even parked in their own motherfucking parking lot. That was for a parking lot that was for sale. And they lied and said it was Lowe's property. I guess they don't want whoever own that motherfucking property if it ain't somebody I motherfucking know, if it ain't me that own that motherfucking property. Y'all motherfuckers need to start telling the truth. See, and when a motherfucker ain't giving everything that somebody should, then it is what it is. But I want my own stuff. I'm coming to clean up my name. That doctor sit up there and I said, can you put me in a hospital and take care of me? He is not the doctor that I knew that I believed he was. He did not take care of me. He sent me to die. He diagnosed me with a fucking mental illness. Or he could have admitted me in that motherfucking hospital, but he would have been held accountable. He would have had to answer some motherfucking questions because they would have asked, when did you have surgery? Did you have any surgeries? When? So he wrote my ass off. He damaged me out. That's what I've been going through. If a motherfucker, they expect me to be stupid. Like I never knew. I have to grow some damn time. And this is what they do. And this is what the motherfuckers say. Setbacks. And then they say they diagnose them with the baby blues, postpartum depression. That shit is just as fake as menopause. It's just as fake as menopause and prostate cancer. Yes, you're going to feel different. You just put all of that in you. All of that in somebody else. And it's out, and they did not heal you. They did not keep you in the hospital. And then they just probably fucking paralyze you. First of all, when someone is pregnant, the first thing, if I ever would get pregnant, the first thing I would say is I want to have a natural pregnancy and a natural childbirth. That is going to give me the best treatment ever because it is going to stop any shortcuts, any stealing, any drugs, any fake foods, any lies, any deception. They have to be real about the situation. Everything they will be held to damn near, like, I don't want to say a gold standard because it's something probably better than gold now or anything. They will be held to a natural fucking standard. They don't teach that. They assume that a motherfucker wants, and they take these babies having babies, and then by the time I'm in my 30s, I'm 40, they make me believe I got menopause. This is when I'm just reaching puberty, bitch. This is why these motherfuckers be trying to take a motherfucker womb. You know how many motherfuckers around here got they fucking tubes tied? Babies. Because they got 4 or 5 babies. And then they meet somebody and they insecure and they can't have a baby with the one they first real love. Somebody that they really care about. So then they they're not fulfilled. So then you go back and sue these motherfuckers for generations because they ill-advise you, and that's what the motherfuckers don't want to happen. But they're teachers. Doctor means teacher. You're supposed to show me how to live my life, but I show my motherfucking self. And then I fucking level up. I don't have to talk to no motherfucker. They want to treat me like I'm nothing. Because there ain't nobody around here standing up to these motherfuckers. Heal your goddamn self. These motherfuckers are sitting around on dialysis and everything else. Because you have to clean your body, drink your motherfucking juice, come up to life. Minus that motherfucking alcohol. They got non-alcoholic beer. Taste it. See, stop numbing your shit. See how you start coming back to life. See how all that swelling go now. See how, but your ass, you want to do what the fuck you want to do, then do it. Because that's what you believe. You let a motherfucker deceive you. How could you? I let a motherfucker deceive me. And I know I can't do it no more. I can't. I have to ask questions. I don't believe you just because you're a fancy doctor. That don't matter no more. They are not gods. Like they are not I don't want to say gods, but they are not all of that. They're not the fucking please. Them motherfuckers be raggedy as hell they goddamn self. Ain't shit no more because they passing the motherfucker. The motherfucker said, don't worry about your math. I'm gonna make you an engineer. You don't have to worry about your math. Probably my math skills might have been straight or potential because I blew the fucking test. Just like I did to get into the motherfucking military. I put any answers. Them motherfuckers Gateway Technical College. I've been through it. I got a badass. I got it going on. But I have no place. I'm out here. And I have education. And that's why I understand that I cannot just go around just anybody and be fucking up because nobody professional gonna want to sit there and be that goddamn upset because there are motherfucking too many guidelines, too much education out, especially if someone is working with the body, like with the self, with a person, and their life is others. Not products. They said, artificial intelligence is going to take a lot of jobs, but they're going to create a lot of jobs. But artificial intelligence is not going to be the actual plumber, but it'll do surgery. But it'll need somebody got to learn how to program the computer. So that's what I'm saying. I have to understand that if I want to improve, I cannot be stupid and doing stupid shit because a motherfucker might want to yell at me and they might get in trouble and say, oh, you're unstable. They work too hard to lose their life and their license for yelling at me, little old me. Especially in a public setting, a motherfucker talk so hard because they're already jealous. And they'll say, I'm sorry, you have to go get their human resources or their joint board or something. Say, I'm sorry, you have to go get a mental health evaluation until you come back and we have to determine if you can keep your license or this job or not. And your ass will be blackballed and blacklisted with a mental illness and have to go to rehab. All because my dumb ass. I'm not going to risk it. But that ain't the reason why I want education to live my own. I've been not wanting to eat fucking animals. I've been this way. But I had lost my way sometime. I had fallen through the cracks. I had damn near drowned before. Motherfuckers have hit me in the goddamn head. Motherfucking Racine police tried to throw me. They tried to kill me again. Took the pole that they hit me in the head with in 2020. A motherfucker broke my goddamn convertible window. Kenosha stole my motherfucking convertible. Why would you help me push my car somewhere instead of to the auto body shop across the street where Washington Middle School was? I went and talked to them. They're going to fix my shit. Yes, I did lie about somebody putting sugar in my tank because I believe that who else would have did it? This motherfucker was talking a lot of shit and doing a lot of fucked up shit to me, stealing my money, my Apple Watch, every motherfucking thing else. I was wrong, but that don't mean that you gonna steal my motherfucking car. You ain't know if I was lying or not. I don't have to lie about shit, nothing. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I cared about that convertible. How come the Department of Transportation, Department of Motor Vehicles told me to send my original title in a fucking mail? Never would I have did that shit. I was riding around with no motherfucking license plate. Motherfucker said, you not from around here, and then you not riding around with no, I was not getting in trouble. And I was high sometime. Motherfuckers lied and said I was drinking every day. No, but I could drink. Motherfuckers would sit there and teach you little ass bitches. You go get in trouble. Now you gonna try, they didn't try to make it seem like I'm about to get, bitch, you ain't in turning to my mama. You gonna get fucked up out here, bitch. And I try so hard to not, you only 20, bitch, you can get fucked up out here. That could be your motherfucking career, bitch, for a long 7 years or more, bitch. And see where the fuck your ass gonna end up. Because you already know McDonald's and Culver's not paying your ass, or Piggly Wiggly and paying your ass a motherfucking enough. Motherfuckers sit out here and try to say that, like, I can't drink, like I can't do nothing, and like I'm fucking, motherfuckers sit there. Okay, no, you're not about to sit out here and say that somebody have to have a lifelong illness. My son don't have no motherfucking eczema, bitch. He, look at the fuck is happening. He's not getting his proper hydration from the motherfucking food that he's eating. So this is why motherfucker had to buy him Eucerin. You got to treat the body from the how they had the shit. You got to look good on the outside. These motherfuckers want you, they talk about you fucked up in the inside. They know how to revive every motherfucking thing. So I went through motherfucking childbirth and surgery within days. Soon as I got out of the hospital, like 3 days later, it was like I got out the hospital. I don't even know, because I went straight to my dad's house, and then my mom wanted me to come to her house. So then I went to her house, and then her daughter was pregnant, and so then they kept my daughter. And I was like, don't spoil, because they were trying to tell me, if you hold a baby too much, you spoil. I'ma hold my motherfucking baby like, that's what I did to my son. I held that motherfucker. They wasn't telling me no more. See, if motherfuckers sit there, when I have control over my life, I'm not gonna believe in all this poor shit that these motherfuckers tell me. But guess what? Who be telling them? The motherfuckers in the motherfucking clinics and shit. Don't hold your baby. Don't do this. Don't do that. Why not? Because they want to condition motherfucker. Because they got that bedside motherfucking manner. Fuck y'all, man. The hell is wrong with y'all? That's why I said, I don't want her spoiling my baby. I want to be the one to spoil my baby. My dad and them saying, oh, she's sending her baby not to babysitters. The baby ain't gonna know her scent. The baby ain't gonna know her. I will send my baby to daycare at 6 weeks because that's what was told to me. I felt like I had to get out and get a motherfucking job. I was working at Arby's. Them motherfuckers was hating on me. I was getting my job done. What the fuck more? They, even on the cash register, I was meeting motherfuckers and everything. They fired me, talking about I was on the front line on my cell phone. Never. I talked on my cell phone in the back. But it was never, I always got my motherfucking work done. I know I was cutting the fuck out that goddamn beef and all that shit, man. I was doing my shit. The fuck you mean, man? I'm not a liar about shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care with nobody. And I'm not, why would I have to sign? What are you talking about? Like and subscribe done? I don't know what that means. I had met this black man. He was married to a white woman and he had his grandchildren. And I met him and I wanted to do his granddaughter's hair. I've been super for a long time. And I said, I'll comb my hair. And I had a baby that was still in the car seat. And I went to their house and the white woman showed me around their house and everything. And I had stopped going around because I don't know. I've been, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know why. But I wanted to be there. They had such a house. My dad, I don't know if the house is paid for. My dad house is paid for it all. But they were from Kenosha. But she said that her stepdaughter, that I reminded her a lot of her stepdaughter. This is what the white woman told me. The white woman said that I remind her a lot of her stepdaughter, who, just like me, her stepdaughter just decided to go with any random individuals and was killed. She said something to me like, me coming over their house and not knowing them, I could be killed or something. And she was talking to me. But I wasn't scared because I trusted in myself. I didn't even trust in God. I was just trusting in myself. I never used God as a weapon. I never used God as my shield. I never used God for anything. Because I had myself, and I had a motherfucking family, and I had a dad who had a gang. But it's a motorcycle gang. But I had a fucking family. He always used to say he'd get his gang. But my dad was not horrible. But he did used to tease. But I was great during that time. But I went straight to work, and my dad was so proud of me, and he was keeping my baby. But sometimes she would go to daycare, of course. 6 weeks. Why? This is the condition. Because they are the ones who get the credit to raise these children. They are the ones who get all the credit and get all the no. I'm just looking at all this stupid paperwork, how they do it because they meet it. It's their criteria. I'm just trying to motherfucking ease my mind. Not I'm not trying to mind. I'm trying to work through these kinks. I'm trying to untangle some shit. I am not stupid, and I'm not scared to say something like that because I know I'm not fucked up. What I'm trying to do is explain, to gain an understanding, to let it be known I know what's happening. I can handle this shit. It's a secret for so many. And then motherfuckers be like, they don't want to violate HIPAA and they don't want to do this and that. Somebody just literally died from assisted suicide of somebody so called famous. Everybody is, they're not explaining, but they're letting too many in. They're not, I'm this is the thing. And then the words are being taken out of context as well. It's suicide, from what I read, is not death. Oh, please, please. That means independent. Like living your own life. But I still would never say I'm suicidal just because, just like acute. The word is being taken out of context. That's why some have kingdoms, they rise up. This is a serious matter. And it's time for some to not be afraid to teach. They have to pacify and work, and they have to constantly repeat. Babies constantly having babies. When are you gonna be able to take it? Nobody ain't, they ain't able to take care of themselves because they babies having babies having babies having babies. Then you got to take care of your. When you gonna get to live your own life? I didn't want my dad to have to sit around and not live his own life. So I would rather go out and steal, but I never knew how bad I embarrassed my dad and And from what my dad was into, he probably turned into a laughing stock in a way, or looked like less of who he was. I was fighting my dad. The same thing that when I had a daughter, and the same thing that I see that she is still to this day doing to me, it's the same thing that my dad probably believed that I was doing to him. And I wasn't though, but she really is. Motherfuckers know it. And sometimes the prophecy be fulfilled. Mothers and daughters would hate one another, and sons and fathers and all that shit. I understand why my dad treated, because I was believing what motherfuckers was saying. And I'm sorry. But what can I do now? Take care of my own motherfucking self. I'm so sorry. It's just why I get to educate. But I tried. I had made my way to Milwaukee. I don't know how they didn't see that blood clot. I had just taken him to a geriatric physician. And no, I didn't want to get up and go to them. I'm peeling my goddamn tongue. No, I did not want to get up and take him to emergency room. And I called that doctor. If the doctor would have said, come, I didn't listen to my dad. I listened to that fucking doctor. No. My dad said, y'all don't care about me. It's the motherfuckers that had somebody sit in the emergency room forever and wouldn't do shit. Wouldn't even give them food, wouldn't give them shit. And man, oh, they'll take some blood. That's all the motherfuckers be doing. They'll take blood and send your ass home. The fuck? I just didn't feel like it. I was fighting in a marriage. I was sad. I was fucked up. I didn't believe that he was sick. I just knew he could have made it through, but I know how to help that. I know what to do now. Ah, and I don't have to make a killing at it. No. So no. That's how I do that. Real recognize real. You know, all these words out here. Some have years of thousands of years of prophecies, and I believe that some of it is being fulfilled to this day. Right now, this is the time, and I'm going to be the one to bring it. I'm telling you, my own life, because I'm putting it all together. Motherfuckers have worked hard for thousands of years and put pieces together to get to a specific point. And if you believe it, you can achieve it. I don't care. Many a days, many a situations where, you know, I could have gotten an education, I didn't. But I never got the memo. I didn't get the memo. I didn't get the fucking memo. But it's lots of books out there. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm not out here trying to say, "Oh, I need somebody to be with me." I want to be with myself. I want to have some fun with myself. I made a big mistake not taking my dad to continue to get his pedicures. These are things that I'm all, and that's not a fucking depression or guilt or anything. But you know what? He had doctors and he had motherfucking church brothers and sisters. These motherfuckers can't even, man, please. But it's a new day. My dad worked, and he worked in the church. And I understand, but never will I make a mistake again and be uneducated in somebody's shit. The whole political thing. He would take pride in being the first one to show up to vote. And one time he said somebody else was in line before him and he was like the second one, but he used to write it down. He was always the first one to show up to vote. This is just shit that matters. He would sell the most tickets at Martin Luther King Jr. program every year through his civil rights committee as a retiree for anything. He would sell the most fucking tickets. The phone would ring off the motherfucking hook up from maybe from November to motherfucking January to the very day. Motherfuckers knew that. So it ain't like a motherfucker was out here stealing and fucked up. My dad put in real motherfuckers was hating. He was political campaign. He was a campaign manager. He didn't run for office. He managed. He was there. He filled. He seen a need. He filled a need. It was nothing too big, nothing too small. Believe that. There was no. My dad sat there with his pen, rulers, paper, writing his own data, did his own shit, kept his own book. Everything needs. Who has all that shit? Lots of rich ass motherfuckers by now, man. They took his house. They, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. It was not. That's not nice. I don't care what anybody had to say about it. It was all or nothing. So I choose to look at the situation and not just accept something just because. They do unlawful clinical trials, they do blind studies. Ask questions. You don't accept someone's diagnosis and you say, I'm getting second. Who are you going? I'm not telling you where I'm going. I'm going to see about this for somewhere else. Somebody told me that she was diagnosed with sickle cell. And she's like, she went to a black doctor somewhere else when she had moved from Wisconsin. And she told that black doctor that she had sickle cell. That black doctor did the test. She said, who told you that you had sickle cell? You do not have sickle cell. Just like that. But I'm going to do one better. I was diagnosed with hypertension. I said, all cardiologists are the same. They're not. Because they don't fucking have to be. Because why? They asked, no, why? They say, you can't come here and we see that you're seeing another cardiologist. I said, so what? It's still a cardiologist. They don't care if I go see two internal medicine. They never had a problem if I went to two gynecologists, this and that and the other. What's the problem? I'm just saying. Or two different dentists. They would send me all over this motherfucker to dentist. They were pulling my teeth. I was all the way in Milwaukee. I was all the way all kind of places. All these motherfuckers got pieces of my motherfucker. Whoever wanted to pull my motherfucking teeth out, they were sending me off. So what? I didn't understand that. Now they changed because they found out that they were trying to motherfucking kill me. How is that cardiologist telling me he's going to give me some medication where I won't dream anymore? He was singing me to sleep. He was softly whispering me to sleep. He put me on some methadone though. He said, but that's only if you want it, type shit. That's not his exact words. I said, no, I don't want that. I dream. But he said methadone is safe. And then Walgreens was fucking around and didn't even have it. Gave me a different prescription where I was having to take more of the pills. Yeah. It was a different dosage, but I had to take more. And I found out that don't always be some of that shit be stronger than others. Just because it says 5 milligrams, it may not, the 5 milligrams may be shit worse than the motherfucking 10 milligrams. Just like they were trying to put me on amlodipine when they chapter 51 me and put me in that motherfucking jail and shit, knowing they got the information from Walgreens. And Walgreens has that it's an interaction. And Aurora has it. When I just was chapter 51 through jail, they had that shit on there. There's somebody is in motherfucking trouble. I knew they were trying. I read it, but then they have a motherfucker absent-minded. Usually, a lot of motherfuckers be on the jail. I mean, not on jail, well, in jail, like mentally ill, fucked up off of drugs. They don't be present. They be on the motherfucking shit where they'll have them not there. Especially, they'll give them that good dose. A motherfucker be, you know what I'm saying, high and be like, oh yeah, groovy, baby. No, you do not have to rape me. Talk to me. So the one doctors were saying that I had all these then this one cardiologist, he said he's the same one who told me before, no, there's nothing wrong with you. No. He would not put me, he said all you gotta do is lose some weight. And I believe that because I was fat that I had hypertension. That's not true. But I did have 2 surgeries. And then I had another procedure where they did an upper endoscopy. I don't know what the fuck he did inside of me, but he put me to sleep without my permission because I told him that I wanted to keep it local, but he took me out. That's also a crime. How many of these how much money we at now? Billions that I win. That's mine. Shit, the fuck. And not only could I get billions, it's enough to go around. Every motherfucking body can eat off this shit. I know it because look at this shit, man. How they did my dad, me, and my son. Motherfuckers take care of themselves. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But what did they do to motherfuckers before they was 18? How you gonna give a child surgery for a broken motherfucking thumb? I broke my foot and didn't have to have surgery. Them motherfuckers at Aurora take advantage as best as they fucking can, man. They take this, and that's why you look at this shit. They'll try to drive a motherfucker crazy and convince somebody that they are more than that was unnecessary to do. Then they put drills and holes in. They dumbass. You can look at it and tell that they ain't know what the fuck. And it was like a botched ass. You know what I'm saying? Um, like insulting ass injury ass surgery. Yeah, please. You know, and I look at this shit. Ain't no way you're gonna tell somebody they got the baby blues and turn them. You drain them now, so they're gonna be the ones with all these good organs and shit inside of them, and you're gonna turn them mentally ill, and maybe one day they'll wake up out of their sleeping. One thing I'm concerned about: if somebody tries to give me something or whatever, and then they'll say, "See, she's been sick for a long time. She was not taking her medicine. She was not being treated." Motherfuckers can poison. Haven't you ever heard of a date rape drug? Haven't you ever heard of how serious shit happen when motherfuckers be getting them? They say keep a hold of your drink when you out. Motherfuckers, man, please. I've been drunk as fuck before. I've been drunk as fuck before. Motherfucker came and got me. Went to a hotel. I was fucked up. He left my ass at the hotel though. I wouldn't have sex with him. He was pissed off. Ah, he left me at the fucking hotel. The next day I had to go and do somebody hair. I called somebody. I said, "Can you pick me up? Come kick with me in the hotel." He came and kicked it with me in the hotel. Some other guy had paid for That's when the motherfucker American Investment Value in wasn't so fucked up like it was now. That motherfucker, I got a lawsuit there too. That hotel nasty. But they got some rooms that don't look fucked up like that, and they charge the same amount. I learned they got segregation in the hotels, Candlewood Suites too. Telling you now, been through some shit. Motherfuckers don't expect, but the thing about it is, they look at me and say, "This bitch don't have shit. This is what she can expect. She's homeless." No, bitch, I got this. I do more than just be homeless. I had to leave a message on Mount Pleasant. I said, "Listen, just because you might see me in your park at night does not mean that I am fucking homeless. I do more than just be homeless. I study the stars. You're not about to sit here and tell me that you're going to arrest me because you learned that I'm fucking homeless. That don't have shit to do with anything. That is illegal. And that's why it's discrimination. It's a violation. It's unsubstantiated. You cannot do that. They gave me all these surgeries and then told me I was mentally ill. That's the design. It's hard out here. It's tough. It's really tough. It's really true. It really is tough. And the paperwork, all these things, it comes at a cost. And to understand, I've signed so many papers without reading them before. Oh, I've just been fucked up because I believe him. I want to hurry up and get something. I want to hurry up and be so goddamn grown. Like I said, I used to just go to any motherfucking doctor. That shit ain't right. They tried to say I had the human papilloma virus before. A black doctor said, no, I don't. Aurora tried to give me human papilloma virus. Aurora tried to give me motherfucking herpes before. And I knew I didn't have it. You know what they said was herpes when Racine cut me. And I learned when they cut, it's nerves and shit that would cause for when somebody's having bowel movements and different shit. So they cut my nerves down there. They got a hell of a practice now. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers killing. And I know it, and I learned it from reading about a flower. Ain't that about a bitch? I'm out here. Things to tell you about life. Botany and all this shit that is studied. Gateway Technical College got all kind of shit. Them motherfuckers need to stop acting like they don't motherfucking know. And when them motherfuckers tell me, because you buying the killing books instead of the living books, that's your motherfucking problem. Fuck Gateway Technical College. They're dumb as shit. Them motherfuckers wouldn't even let me build. I was signed up for the class to a purchasing class and to build a motherfucking guitar. They kicked me out of goddamn school. Ain't that about a bitch? And I'm the one, I went on scholarship. I had loans. Then the fucking federal government ain't giving enough money for financial aid. I'm on this shit. Barely have enough to fucking make it. These motherfuckers charging whatever they want to charge, doing whatever the fuck they want to do. No, you're not gonna have me dumb out here. And I can go to your why do I have to have a degree? And y'all motherfuckers teach me every motherfucking thing I know and open up your motherfucking. That's why I be like, do you have to have a degree to work there? Them motherfucking white motherfuckers be in Madison working at all them government motherfucking public jobs with no fucking degree. Woo, they gotta trying to move around, bitch. Musical chairs. Fuck y'all, man. Same. They take care of their own. Motherfucker better try to learn what's happening out here. But I'm not in that shit. But I'm just saying. How the fuck these motherfuckers in grocery stores walking up on somebody that just turned 18 and getting all their information, registering to a party, not teaching them about it, and saying, can we count on your vote? To children. They don't know shit. They ain't teaching government and politics like that. And even if they was, they're not knowing. Let me see. How many of these motherfuckers out here that's running for mayor and all this shit? Where's your business plan? They barely know what the fuck they going for. You show up around the motherfuckers and take some pictures with some rich motherfuckers and you all of a sudden the mayor? Ooh, I can't. Because how am I going to fight them? It ain't going to be a fair fight. Something about. Motherfuckers got a hell of a motherfucking game out here. And not everybody is playing. And they're going to have to realize that shit. Motherfuckers getting some rude awakenings. Oh, well. At least your ass can wake up. Motherfuckers ain't waking up around here. Motherfuckers barely know anybody anymore. All the motherfuckers are happy to know ain't here. You can't cry no more. Gotta take pills and shit so you can keep your motherfucking job. When can a motherfucker get out that shit? As soon as motherfucker get out, they start feeling, ooh, you eating different. Yeah, I can tell you looking good. Oh, you got your erection back. Fuck, let's go. Fucking retired, went somewhere else. Shit, around some motherfuckers that ain't hating, trying to steal their motherfucking identity. Then got to come back and cut your fucking grass and see a nosy ass motherfucking neighbor that's a fucking investigator and shit. Mm-mm. No matter how hard you try, no matter how far you go, these motherfucking same times gonna still have they same motherfucking records if they're not fixed. I'm cleaning up my motherfucking name. They're not gonna. I come here for any motherfucking thing. Move away, go somewhere. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, ain't trying to leave this bitch. Anything can happen. My dad is playing in the fucking mausoleum somewhere, and they ass about to get sued too. Call the police on me. I didn't do anything wrong. Why did you call the police on me? And sign a paper. Oh, like the sheriff department see that shit. Stupid ass, unprofessional bitches. Walmart just did some same ass shit. It's the drugs y'all selling. Where's my dad's body? You don't want me to know? My dad had his own life. I understand that. But how you took him, y'all motherfuckers didn't do motherfucking Enoch and them like that. You let Enoch leave successfully. Fuck y'all. I'm telling you now, you bitches gonna change this shit. The generational curses and the dumb shit that motherfuckers have to go through and the agony where fuck somebody understanding of and you teaching trauma and trauma bonding, that ain't holy. I don't give a fuck what you call holy. It ain't holy to me. And it's supposed to be holy ground. Hell no, this shit is fucked up. It's not even fertile. Motherfuckers want to buy some. I was just watching Sarah's Oil. I didn't really get to watch it much. Them motherfuckers tried to take him in, trying to cheat them out the deed of their motherfucking land because they believed that their ass was dumb and needed a couple $7 or some shit they said. And he said, you motherfucker, basically, you told him, y'all was trying to get the deed. Of course you were trying to get the deed from, that motherfucker had more, it's 100 and some motherfucking acres. Oh, yes. Huh? A motherfucker is out here, long term, living, and can get way more than they are getting. And these motherfuckers are not telling because they're selling the motherfuckers' lands to all these corporations and not splitting the money. And they're misrepresenting. And then they lying to those who have these organizations and all this stuff. The motherfuckers better not be trying to pacify me. Straight up. I wasn't giving my babies pacifiers. I was giving them keys and the motherfucking books. Carrying around them motherfucking bad books and shit. Them little books and books. Both fucking great readers and every goddamn thing. Fuck readers are leaders. It's just reading, period. It all goes a long way. Not to mention, I went for that motherfucker Readers Are Leaders and that motherfucker at Jane Vernon. She's about to have a fit. Talk about the book that I was reading took too long. What the fuck, bitch? This was for your classroom grade level. So your children are in 3rd or 4th grade. It was 4th or 5th or something like that. I even told her to come back and read to her classroom and everything. What your children read at a fucking 1st grade level, stupid ass bitch? I didn't go back again. I have been all over. This is some bullshit. But I look at these situations, the food and how, some food in these grocery stores are classified as drugs and how, a specific time of year they got the same shit going. Now it's the lettuce again and shit. Toy food, fake food and shit is no food. I was at agreeing with me. It's not a natural thing, so my body is not recognizing. My body is not building blood. Gotta stay active. Gotta move. And that's why I was saying, like, somebody getting in a car accident or can't move. They got motherfuckers out here like they are fucking brain dead. They got them on pills and shit. Horrible. They come in for, and then they got them on generics and shit, and oh, they fighting each other. So I look at the situation. Now I want to read what I said. Clock product. Create my own system of awakening, sleep, consciousness, work, nourishment, hydration, muscle, and organ building. I didn't even put time for relationship and household. All of that shit is important, but this is what, just for myself, just to be, to stay alive. Okay. I said, although it is a 24-hour time frame, quote unquote, 12-12 perhaps. Okay. So it might go a 24-hour clock, or some might say 12 hours, like 1 p.m. Somebody might say 1300. Okay. 2, but I can and may use my days and nights how I want, recognizing time, but I can be up and sleep for however many hours and so forth, eating, drinking, and that could span within like 3 days, 72 hours. Could be one of my days. I can count differently. I never have to custom my ways to others' way. I can program myself, my things, and how I live, so I do not have to be limited to only 6 to 10 hours of sleep, 8 to 10 hours of working, and 1 to 3 hours of eating. How? This is why motherfuckers want to take your shit and have you on public transportation and have you in a shelter, have your ass broke, no motherfucking job, no property, so your ass don't have shit to say. You don't get, take all your time, take all the time you need. Because they rather do that than do the real motherfucking paperwork and change this shit. Motherfuckers mad about a new world order, but you gonna have to understand. Seriously, I'm out here. I'm out here. So I wrote that because it is important that I start developing more structure and direction of where I am, and so that I can be able to tell what I'm going through, tell how things are and stuff. Like, where am I at? And I hold account for my actions. And so it is important to me to build. I'm in the freezer for a while. So, shit. Ooh, shit. For 3 hours, I got that little bit of water, but it was something shit. That was probably like 2 or 3 ounces. It melted for 3 hours. I got 2 or 3 ounces. Shit. Yeah, that's all that was in there. This is, I don't even know how many fucking ounces. 128, I think. It's like 128 ounces. And then I got my, oh shit, this one is 40 ounces. This one is 40 ounces. This one's like 128. So I've been having this for a year, over a year. This one here. And then I got this one in March. I've been trying to keep some, some pieces break down. Like it was a carrying case that came with it and stuff. I no longer have that. But yeah, so if I say, this is how I want to live so that I can be something, okay, so within 3 days, I have to sleep as much as I want to, eat as much as I want to. I have to be able to live. They're not even, meals are not one plate of food. That's not, Just because you eat a whole bunch of food, that don't mean that that's a meal. Meal is a about your nourishments. What is it? You're gonna feel alive. You're not gonna shit it out. It's not gonna be fast food. One thing, I'm not mad at Walmart like this, but I'm gonna tell you, they got fast food motherfucking supplements. Because I was growing motherfucking hair and shit all on my face. I had came up with the formula where I had hair up here. I ain't seen nobody do that. I did it. I had grew hair up here. I had my beautiful baby hairs and shit. Oh, I even had a mustache. I was fucked. Ah, I could have kept going, so I had to step back up for that shit because but I was, oh, I had all kinds of stuff. It was great. I had oils and I was creating my own formulas, and I had given somebody some oil, and I was like, okay, maybe I did, some. I was like, oh, I was so proud. I had even sold a bottle of the fucking oil. I don't even know if I really sold it. Maybe I just gave it to them or something, to her or whatever. But what I'm saying is that shit didn't stay. I didn't shave it. I kept my shit. I'm never going to be ashamed of what comes out of me anymore because I want to be myself. The thing is, the gross misconduct and going to those who are not my people, like who are not for me. They don't learn their identities and they're haters. They're unfair competition, long standing contest. I can't convince anybody. So I'm out here. I have to pee. Um, I'm gonna just continue on my way. I really just wanted to kind of talk about like just how so much, and I'm sorry for bringing up names and stuff, but that's my opinion because I see the shit happening, and I know how motherfuckers. But I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes people, those give their life to God, and they do not question what God does in their lives. So I'm sorry. I was not trying to be intrusive, for real. You know, I look at Deion Sanders and he's like, God, I've done everything you asked me to do. He doesn't question God. Whatever those doctors, whatever, he just does whatever they want from him. And look at him. He has so much. His children have so much. He has so much. But I just don't like how his mother is, I'm sorry, walking around looking like she should be exercising. But that's not my business. See, I'm so sorry. But everyone has a plan. And I'm never going to step on your toes or, give you a conflict of interest because I don't know what plans you have for your people. But just try to understand that I'm not your people. And if, but people perish because of lack of knowledge. It's tough. It's a hard situation. And you need to understand that I want more for my life. It's not the misinterpretation. It's I believe in myself. All those prophets, all those individuals. What next? Farrakhan, you know, lift them up, build them up. He gonna have to get on his feet. Why would y'all, keep them there like that? Not, to go into a wheelchair. They were supposed to make it through that shit. Who is going to defeat the odds where you're stronger than those pills? I have shown that shit did not take me out. I did not let it define me. I did not let drugs claim my life. I did not let medication claim my life. I went through that shit. I fought that fight. I went through that battle. I want something else now. Motherfuckers ain't gonna have me out here doing that shit forever, being that until the motherfuckers find out, get me hungry enough, and I can't fight like they did my dad. No, I'm out here and I want some answers. I have question. I have so much. I'm not hating. Motherfuckers say, oh, you hate God, you hate the church. No, I don't. You do not understand. This is one reason why I can go anywhere the fuck I want to go. I don't want any restrictions or shit because I know who the fuck I am and I want to make some goddamn moves and I'm not going to have a motherfucker claiming me and stopping me and going me. I do not appreciate the fuckery, the murder, and the lies and the stealing and the stupid shit. The child mentality forever. How? You don't have anyone taking care of you. These motherfuckers are turning motherfuckers mentally ill and changing a few words or whatever, just classifying it, just tweaking it a little bit, and they then turn it into mentally ill. And that's mainly how the majority of their population is. And then children love being delulu. I'm telling you again, this little white boy said that he got ADHD on his motherfucking birth certificate. He said that in Nash Park. I said, what the fuck? Telling you. So I don't have to explain who I like and who I don't like. That's just how it is. So I'm out here though. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I've been talking through this for 3 hours and 21 minutes and 30 seconds. And I believe that I'm going to save some battery on my phone and I'm going to listen to some music. And I haven't really been outside for a while because I didn't want to get kidnapped. And I was just really kicking it with Tyrell, really. I've been really enjoying being around Tyrell. And I just like, I don't want to have to leave him if I don't have to. I ain't doing shit else. Tyrell is so exciting to me. He is. Ah. Ever, ever since I could remember, you've always been right there for me. And no matter what I was doing, you helped me see how life should be. You make it better by covering me. And you don't stop. I had to tell Tyrell, don't touch my tablet. And Tyrell, as soon as he touched that tablet, I said, and Tyrell laughed and he put it down. I said, what part of this are you not understanding, Tyrell? Tyrell, understand, Mom. You acting brand new. You know, I said, Tyrell, my tablet is literally falling apart. The screen and came off the base. I do not want to get upset with you if this motherfucker break. Tyrell got shit in his phone. Tyrell got videos and all kinds of shit in his phone. I said, what the fuck, Tyrell? Please. He's grabbing my phone. I said, please, Tyrell. And so I understand the way that things are even explained, even when Tyrell goes to school. I want to be able to have a say so that I can talk and speak about Tyrell. If a motherfucker come from a poor point of view or a rich point of view, it's gonna at least hold me accountable. At least they'll be held accountable so that they'll know if you don't follow this through, if you choose to criminalize my baby, that is your fucking fault because I told you. This is who he is, and you're not going to blame him and create your own path for him. You, Tyrell, will go to school to learn, but Tyrell ain't going to school to be you. Too many of these motherfuckers are pushing these children through school, these students through school, and they're not getting educated. They don't know. And then there's like, oh, you're deteriorating. The problem is that they're not. They never knew. They're supposed to learn all those classes that are there. They talk about where the fuck is home economics at these days. Where's the driver's ed? Education, motherfuckers. See some CDL in this bitch and see how many big ass monster trucks be riding around this bitch, okay? These motherfuckers, the buses can't even motherfucking get through the streets, pulling over to the side, honking their motherfucking horn, damn near knocking the motherfucking cars off. This shit is stupid around here. How you got parking on both sides of the streets and a two-way motherfucking lane and somebody got to pull over to the side? Motherfucker can't even drive through at the same time. They got curfews everywhere. please. I'm out here. So they're in a hurry for some reason. They got a weekend pass. I read too. It's like $2 for the whole motherfucking weekend. I said, damn, I was paying $4 for a weekend pass. I don't know. It's supposed to have been from the Bell Urban System. The problem is, why do you still call your got the Bell Urban System name on your? Fuck that. I don't need to have shit. What is this that I'm calling? That's because they keeping it because they ass ain't doing their goddamn paperwork. I'm out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I'm gonna call some other time though. With the right video. I was, I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. Can't you hear the whistle shouting just to paddle, just to pass the time away? Oh, so early in the morning. Hold on, I don't know the words now. Hold on. Oh, I didn't write it. I didn't write it in my song. Oh, blow, blow your horn. You know you're not supposed to blow your horn unless it's something very fucking serious. Ooh. Motherfuckers would rather blow your whistle, huh? I said I was fucked up. I was like, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm a what is the word? I gotta find a word. Fuck, it's a word. Damn, I used to know it. I don't know it anymore. Um, Not a whistleblower, it's another one. Oh shit. What is the political word? Um, I was fucked up about it too. It's not gerrymander. But around that time, that's what I was reading about gerrymander and shit. Fuck. I don't know it. Hold on, I have to try to see. But it was whistleblower too. Motherfuckers talk about politics and watchdog and shit. Fuck, it's a word. I know somebody exactly what the fuck word I'm saying too. I don't know what the word is, but I was fucked up out here because it was so much shit happening, and I was telling the truth about everything. Nobody would ever fucking believe me. I said, "What kind of shit is this?" It was a Wednesday. It was a ambulance and a fucking racing police car driving. They were parked up there. When I came outside to take out the fucking garbage, right? The motherfuckers was driving at nighttime on Buchanan, driving north, south, slow with a motherfucking lights on. Which I just do. Okay. What do you mean? Sorry, you missed the live. You doing? Of course you. Oh, I actually. You didn't have any obligation to be here. I'm gonna save the video. I'm gonna make it public. I don't know. It's not. I don't know what public is, but I'm gonna make it so anybody can watch it. But they were driving up the street. Oh, and they had their lights off. And then when I seen them, they pick up the motherfucking speed. I said, hell, drive by! Who the fuck knows what a drive by is? Only them motherfuckers who don't know what a motherfucker drive 187 is. Who created 187? The motherfucking police, the ones that do the orders on the motherfucker. It's a tough job you have. I understand that. Motherfuckers, hospitals and all kind of motherfuckers put you through some shit. But some of y'all be making that motherfucking problems on your own. See, when motherfuckers get in the military and they carry out orders of motherfuckers who are involved and they want to do things or whatever, you still have to understand one thing. the integrity of the whole situation. It's not cute to sit up here and lie and, for fun or any of that shit because it is severe consequences. It takes away the whole route of life sometimes. And sometimes it's hard to come through it. I have been through a lot of shit and I'm sitting here today, but it was not always easy. I had an explanation for most of everything that I was doing. Tell you. I left them motherfuckers. I left them motherfucking garbage cans right there and I booked it. I motherfucking booked it. I ran so motherfucking hard and went back and got on the motherfucking live. I was in this look. I said, "Oh shit, it was fucked up," and I know it was causing disturbance. Oh, I was causing a motherfucking disturbance, and I wasn't, but I was. You know why I was? What song? What song? Which one? I'm not giving my life. Day. It's not my song. I don't have a song. Oh, what song though? I like that song. I was probably. Oh, I made up a song. Is that what you're talking about? I don't remember the words. But I'm talking about the academic purpose and the print. Like I'm talking about professionals and clinicals and all that different stuff like that. What about it? But the message is gone now. But um, I got back into the I got back into the classroom or whatever, and I was just so full of extra energy and shit. And it's a competitive thing out here, and I understand that. And it's a lot of sick motherfuckers out here. A lot has been diagnosed, and shit, they need their own. The best thing I can do is get my own education so I don't have to fight you for your whatever you looking for, whatever your money can buy you, or whatever your if you're more sicker than me or whatever. I'm not sick. I have been through some stuff with that. It's not I'm not gonna ride that in. I'd rather deal with my criminal background. I'd rather handle my stuff professionally and let it be known. I have a health history. I do have a health. I have a medical background. I'm not a medical background, but a medical history and a health background. And I have a lot of shit that I'm self care, but I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, no, what happened before I made it through it? I don't know, but I'm peeling the fuck out of my. I know I be doing that. Look what I'm doing. I'm about to peel my goddamn toenails. I know I shouldn't be. Ooh, look. Ooh, I shouldn't do that. I just fucked up the way my toenails are now. I do that every once in a while, and I know when I do that, I be so upset. But it don't be because I be trying to find more to do, and I be wanting to look. I be trying to be so fucking neat and perfect because I'm growing. I'm going through some shit, but I've been through so much. There's this guy that happened to run up on me in Racine one day. He came up on me, and I was like, "Oh, you're the guy that had said that you got the church at some church at or not, I don't know." He's like, "Someone had paid paid uh paid you to kill me," and he said that he wanted me to pay him. Yes. Oh, he did. And he said he been watching me. He said that I'm not who they said I was. Them motherfuckers got a lot out there about me on my name. And so it's easy. I have to clean it up. I have called the FBI, motherfuckers who answer the phone, the FBI, Department of Justice. It's a lot of corruption in these motherfucking government offices and these places. It's hard to get through. And if I'm in jail and shit, how do they don't even have a lawful? They're supposed to have an adequate law library. That's including access to a phone that I can use. I missed a panel discussion for my son and at the time my daughter, for myself. I just say for myself, through the Division of Children and Family Services. First of all, they weren't going to let me go. They said because I was in jail. The public defender asked office did not fight for me. That bitch is the one of the ones who was saying like that I shouldn't be there because I'm in jail. I said no. I called the courthouse. Somebody named Jen was there. That motherfucker ain't working there no more for some goddamn reason. But she sent me some mail. She's the one that I had talked to before, and I was able to get because they weren't even telling me about court initially when they took my children. I learned about one court date when I was in the hospital, and that was not the initial date. It was the criminal attorney ended up getting on this case. He had me to sign this paperwork, talking about if I didn't sign it, I would be stuck in the mental hospital indefinitely. Then he lied. But the public defender office said that the chapter 51 that I was on and I was arrested on August 3rd, 2023, had something to do with the criminal case. I knew it did, but that's because it's conspiracy. It was really a fucking conspiracy. And I was right the whole fucking time. And these motherfuckers will sit up there and play dumb. But that motherfucking attorney tried to make it seem like he never was on the case. So they don't got to pay. I said, you were there. But how my signature, the date of the signature was a different date than his. And I know motherfucking well that I did not sign that paper the day after I got in that motherfucking hospital. Then the corporation counsel, Joseph Cardamone III, won't even give me my paperwork from my dad where they sued me and shit. So they're refusing. So they want to forever keep me in debt. Racine Municipal Court sent a ticket that I didn't even fucking do. They said that I was prowling, all kinds of shit. They sent it to Wisconsin Collections and then requested back and arrested me, sent me to jail. I mean, I'm going through all kinds of shit. They paperwork. The shit is they have quotas and paperwork, and they sit up there and they say things and it's believable. The best thing that I can do for myself is get my education. But no, it's not. It's not about that. Um, I'm just talking this to try, but it is informational, and I actually do care, and I'm intentional when I say this. I know that I'm not a teacher, but I want to get better in how I make my live videos and stuff. But just the nature of them are pretty detailed, and it does matter. I don't know, but I don't know the song that I was singing the other day. And I almost didn't even realize that I had made up my own words. I was just singing some shit. It wasn't really a song. I was just singing. But what was probably is, and really, I don't know if it was a song because I don't know if it qualified to be called a song because I don't know if it had a specific amount of this and that and the other. I don't know if it had the amount of frames and words and all the things that it's supposed to say. So I can't really say that, but that's one thing that I want to learn. I am so beautiful, and I'm the real thing. And I'm happy that I get to be myself. I'm happy that I get to be me. Because if anybody else was like this, I would admire them so fucking much. I would look up to them. I would want to be with them. And that's why I'm so happy. And I do not take my life for granted. I am so thankful that I did not die. I'm telling you, there are many gods. There are many doctors. There are many mothers and fathers and sons and daughters and individuals and independents and stars and stripes and every motherfucking thing, officers, whoever, kings, queens. just anyone, even a plain person. Fuck, whoever. I mean, just to learn and understand. I understand that, but I understand too that my life was shut down three motherfucking times where a machine was breathing for me, and it was for two times the tooth and one for heartburn. I was on anesthesia, and they had a way to bring me back where they had to have me in an observation, like in a hallway. It was something about, I don't know. Somebody was, they had motherfuckers out in the hallways. I don't know what the fuck they had some nasty shit going on. But I was not in the proper place how I was. And the reason why I woke up one time because I had to pee. I took my sock off, went back to sleep. I had to pee and I would not pee on myself. I couldn't pee on myself. I said, I gotta get up. They was like, oh, you're awake. You're like, trying to, they were happy that what if I didn't make it? It didn't seem like they gave me anything to wake me up. Don't say, oh, you don't want me to wake up frantic or whatever, because you was not supposed to put me to fucking sleep in the first place. The fuck I wake up from fucking sleep for? I was never supposed to go to sleep. Shit, the fuck? So I'm building my life. And I'm trying hard. And I'm happy about who I am. I cannot say it enough. I don't have any reason to explain anything unreasonable or, any of that stuff. But I'm just myself. And I just want to look at how this things is done. Proper paperwork. Like, this is who I am. And if you all cannot handle it, just get your shit together or stay the fuck out my way. That's how it is. And it matters to me because, like, what? I'm not working with you. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain any of this stuff. So I've been talking for 3 hours and 43 minutes and 4 seconds. So I'm gonna get off of this phone here. And thanks to, I suppose someone was kind of looking and whatever, but the video is gonna be here. And I don't know, maybe I can title it like 343 or something. Or I can title it, uh, What's Up with the Paperwork? Like that. I don't know. But what's up? I don't know. There's a paper problem. Paper problem. There is a paper problem. There is a problem here. There is a problem. There's a problem. There are problems. Okay, well, I make sure. Maybe I just can put the time in the day. It's 4:05 p.m. And it's July. It's July 29, 2026. I'm out here and I want to live. And also, like, they're giving drugs to those um, that are causing them to limp, to like shut their legs down and stuff. Things like gabapentin, things of the familiarity of gabapentin. And a lot won't believe it, but all you got to do is read your side effects. It'll answer a lot of questions. And it's tough out here, but they got some pretty serious drugs out here. And I know it's tough to deal, and I know it's a lot of fucked up shit. Police and everybody coming up to motherfucker, you want to live right, you want to change your life, you didn't change your life, so they give you little drugs, or you take a little drug so you can make it through. I mean, sometimes, you get a new job, you change your life. I mean, everybody ain't like, why the fuck do I got to get on drugs? Because these motherfuckers don't get it right. Whoop they ass. Tell them to whoop their own ass. I know it's tough. I can't explain it all right now. But these are some great, like, conversation starters, some wonderful notes, and it's all real. So I can make sure when I'm Jasmine A. Davis, you can reference my name. This came straight from me in my situation. And I'm not just a witness, I live this thing. I'm a living witness. And it's not even about witnessing or anything, but thanks for listening. And I don't know what to say. I guess you're trying to participate or whatever, but I'm out here. I'm crying so much. But I am happy. I'm Jasmine.